Running to the checker flag, running through the red light. 12 kept me gunning, won't pull over till I'm dead right. Riding to the sunrise, can't up by no bed time. Ain't gon' get no bitch riding with me, let the head fly. Better know. From West Side Atlanta or the best style, all the way to Crenshaw, I'ma have the mind, nigga better know. Big shit, popping in no little shit. Dropping bags, it's a lot to you, to me a little bit. Let them grind Chevy 40 cal in my lap. Real dope boys in the trap. The big yacht, ballin' like a big shot. Niggas on my dick, make me room for your big, gotta let them know. I don't turn wrestle, I don't lip box. Solitaires, all I do is big rocks. I came from Dillon Rock, all the way to Hitchut. On the throne, bitch ain't one I'm on, she can kick rock, let her know. My foot up on the gas, I'm blowing money fast, you better know. I'm on these haters' ass. I know these niggas, man, gotta let them know. Big dog, how we get it bread, I ain't never scared. Big flex on a nigga head, what I'm standing on. Business, big chick, we done did that. Pushing weird back, better give me respect and some more. Atlanta know for I would book the show for $1,000 or so. I was selling grand right on camera till them hammers go. Lane speaking to me what you need a camera for. Center here to hitting hoes a centerfold, better know. They call it ballin', we just call it living. They say you live and die by your decision. Well, I'ma push it to the limit, never mind the consequences. Interfering, nigga, I'ma handle business, better let them know. On another level, my SS I put together, hit the pedal, do 200 everywhere I go. Better than I stay fly, just to show the day now. On the throne, bitch ain't one I'm on, she can kick rock, let her know. My foot up on the gas, I'm blowing money fast, you better know. I'm on these haters' ass. I know these niggas, man, better let them know. Skateboard P on the track, Louis Duffel bag, 50 rack. Poppin' so obnoxious, I ain't got no country promo, like I still got a pocket full of crack. All they do is fight for number 2, cause I'm the one. Still make it play with the one. All we know is success, hit her with some rich sex. Good looking your bitch back, she forever mine till I let her go. Better know, let her know. Better know, let them know. Better know, let them know. Better know, let them know. My foot up on the gas, I'm blowing money fast, you better know. I'm on these haters' ass. I know these niggas, man, better let them know. Like them niggas is high. Well, shot me, look what I got. Nigga, look what I got. Think I'm lying, nigga, look what I got. Come on. I've been doing this shit for years, my nigga. Shout it, look what I got. I was born and raised out here, my nigga. Pimpin', look what I got. Look what I got, my nigga. Look what I got. Big wheels still spin when I stop. Presidential roll, go roulette wide with no bras. I say them for the pinky, keep your niggas blinking. He ain't gonna neglect them now, but I keep your niggas thinking. Mink seat show to keep a nigga sinking. Swear he ain't slanging, but I know that nigga creeping. Got a condo in Orlando for the weekend. Ho be so crunk at the club, he got to sneak in. No more room in the VIP, they paying just to peek in. When he leave, they be looking in the car, they can't even see in. And that's just the begin, in the city that he in. He was rapping the cafeteria, but now that nigga serious. Heard he got a CL, an EXT on Freeway. Several Chevys on 22. How many reps he said? I don't know, but he got a label now. The boy, the PSC. I heard Atlantic gave a deal, 2 or 3 mil. Look what I got. An old school truck and a drop. So that time you think the niggas is high, shout it, look what I got. The respect of the niggas and G's. So that time you think the niggas is G, you probably looking at me. What we ballin' about the ball for the broad. So that time you think them niggas is hard, shout it, look at the squad. Buying yachts, got the streets on lock. So that time you think your peeps on time, I'm well known in the hood like the dope man phone number. Rollin' the thing, I can throw some 24s on. Nigga talk bad about the man, but I sure wonder why the dope boy fought with him and the whole up. Very little promotions on his album, never heard of him, but it's jamming like the fucking jumping out the stove. Cause I was born in the raid, in the made in the streets. I done played in the days, in the shade, in the streets. I say I rapped in the trap with the best in the street. Shot crowds in the back, you know the rest, nigga, please. You doing business with me, you best invest in some skis. I say I slow snow, I don't fuck with little blow, nigga. Got 80K, it's gonna take a little more. Double up and break break it back and make a little move. They moving slow, now what you take a nigga for? I'ma call camera for 34s and nail your ass to the floor. And I ain't bragging, I'm just letting niggas know. Cause the media and radio can get a nigga so fucked up. Compare me to these niggas little flows. I do a song up they whole little show. So now look what I got. An old school truck and a drop. So that time you think the niggas is high, shout it, look what I got. The respect of the niggas and G's. So that time you think the niggas is G, you probably looking at me. Or what we ballin' off the bar for the broad. So that time you think the niggas is hard, shout it, look at the squad. Buying yachts, got the streets on law. So that time you think your peeps on top, pimpin', look what I got.
Break in, they ain't let us in. We pass on the settlements. This path I don't recommend. We pass, but they expect it, man. I go where they never can. I float, I don't never land. When it's dark, you don't know where you going. Need a light bearer to lead you home. I go where they never can. I float, I don't never land. When it's dark, you don't know where you going. Need a light bearer to lead you home. Light 'em up, beat me up. The only goat, the genius one. They switching sides, I seen it coming. The plot twist, a convenient one. Look, nobody finna extort me, even when they record me. I'ma keep it more G. Hand me your drink before I get more deep. She hates sports unless she watching from the floor seats. I hate that God didn't make a couple more of me. And all my haters in the chords at the chord lead. They imitate the sound, call it forgery. What we doing is more importantly, look where we made it to. Made love to some makeable, bonds to some breakable. Broke rules and bent corners and hopes of breaking through. Basically went out my way to make a way for you. Basically we finna take them high places through it. Way improved and like a beta, we gon' stay improving. This the light that's gonna illuminate the way we moving. Trust in me, we going God mode, the theory's proven. Light 'em up, beat me up, the only goat, the genius one. They switching sides, I seen it coming. The plot twist, a convenient one.
I walk up to the preacher man just to take your lovely hand and give to you. I give to you, and I walk up to the preacher man just to take your lovely hand and give to you. I give to you, and I walk up to the preacher man just to take your lovely hand and give to you. I give to you. I walk up to the preacher man.
Okay, let's see if it's, we good. Let's see. Well, that's how this been jamming solo. I don't know who you are. To the ancestors. All right, man. Welcome. Oh man, hope y'all are doing well, man. We try to do it again, running it back. Much like the Cowboys when we was winning championships, just running it back. But we back, man. We're live in another color. Hopefully, I can get through today's show with no technical difficulties. Sounds like we're good to go. Everything's kind of set up. Listen, yesterday was a complete shit show, but it is what it is. Sometimes you got to run into an abort mission. But anyway, like I said, man, thank y'all for joining me here on MLK Day of all days. I had a dream I was going live yesterday, and that dream didn't happen. But hopefully today the dream will be fulfilled. But anyway, let's get into it. Give shouts out to those who have made themselves known, and those of you that are hanging out in the clouds. Beautiful life. Say, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah, we're not doing weird energy tonight, man. I don't know. Let's go. What's going on, Spot? Beautiful, brother of a certain age. Mark Nash, what's up, man? YouTube unfolded. Deactivate. That's what happened to the Bears season the other day. It was Sunday. Deactivate. Oh, let's see. Anybody else that snuck up in here? Miss Murray, how you doing, lady? How you doing? Yeah, be glad to get them up out of here, man. Deactivate. Buffalo Bills, deactivate. Houston Texans, deactivate. Yeah, that's what I said. You know what? If I was smart, I would have got a sound clip of that or something and made that like when their season is over, deactivate. But anyway, man, let's get into it, man. Also, throughout the course of the show, I will be giving updates from the national championship game. Looks like Indiana just scored 17-7. For those of you that are not watching, just want the updates. Indiana, Miami national championship game. Indiana just scored up 17-7 in the third quarter. We'll see how that game kind of turns out. Speaking of games, we kind of got started on it yesterday. I want to kind of jump back into it. Like yesterday, it never happened. Snafus, technical gaffes, and all of that good stuff. But back to the Chicago Bears. Deactivate. Chicago, deactivate. Thanks, brother. I didn't know what I saw, on my ticker that it scored. So a little block punt. Okay, cool. But back to my fun. Deactivate. Chicago, deactivate. I'm just playing. I take no pleasure in it. Thank you for all the Bears fans that kind of came through and were showing love and tagging me in posts. Guys got kind of quiet. But anyway, Chicago goes down. Want to start charging for my catchphrase. You threw my phone. Someone, a little birdie told me that, my laugh was content. Okay. Deactivate. Chicago goes down to the Rams overtime. Good game. I would say the overall theme for this past weekend, you go back to wild card weekend, I would say, you would have to say quarterback play. It was a lot of high-level quarterback play in wild card round, but this divisional round, defense and turnovers. Huge, played a huge role, especially, in all the games. But, we're giving Chicago and the Rams. Rams came in on the road. Figured it was going to be tough with the weather conditions being what they were. This is what I liked about Chicago, and I would say this is I'm gonna say some promising stuff about Chicago, even though their season is deactivated. I like some of the coaching adjustments Ben Johnson made throughout the course of the game. I thought, especially in the first half, it was doing a little too much blitzing of Matthew Stafford, trying to get him off his spot. And one thing about Matthew Stafford, he is a veteran, probably future Hall of Famer. Probable MVP for this year. It does have a Super Bowl ring. Caleb is damn good. Yeah, bro. Caleb, I said this yesterday in my brief ass show. Caleb Williams is next up. I think you add a couple pieces. Nothing major. I think he's got what he needs as far as weapons, as far as receivers, tight ends, running game. Maybe add a piece along the offensive line. If I'm Chicago, the focus would be defense. But I like some of the adjustments Coach Johnson made throughout the course of the game, getting away from blitzing Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's too good to not pick up blitzes. He's not a young quarterback. You can get away. You can do that all game long and get away with it. And Caleb Williams made plays when he made plays, but of course, much like we'll get into, defensive turnovers being what kind of changed the course of this game, especially in the overtime with the interception that led to the game-winning field goal by the Rams. Caleb Williams has got to learn that, hey, just because you can make the throws doesn't necessarily mean you should make the throw. One thing that marks a good quarterback is just knowing, when to pull the trigger, when to fire it up in there. And I get it, because you have the ability to make that throw. Caleb Williams, I'm not going to compare him to Brett Favre, but a lot of the times when you watch Caleb Williams plays, he kind of forces the ball in the places that, just because you have the arm talent to get it there, doesn't necessarily need to be thrown there. Sometimes it's better off throwing the ball away, taking the check down, playing it safe. Sometimes, on occasion when you have to rip one out, when you really need one, and you got to force it. I mean, it is what it is, but excellent season by Chicago. Nothing to hold your heads down about. I don't think anybody, even these he has a little gunslinger in him, of course, Brother Sundays. But even with, I don't think even the most diehard Chicago fan had this team making it as far as they did this season. Chicago is a team that is on the come up, and it goes to the play of Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, as the season kind of went on, got more and more consistent with taking care of the ball and being very productive with the ball. And that was something I talked about early in the season when we talked about Chicago Bears. Is their season is going to go as far as Caleb Williams can take it. He became more and more consistent as the season kind of went on. This team has a run game. This team has a very good defense. Nothing like I said, Chicago exceeded a lot of people's expectations. Definitely exceeded mine. But after watching them up close and personal throughout this season, this is a team that is going to be in the conversation as long as Caleb Williams stays healthy. I think this team is going to be very much in the playoff conversation for the very near future. Now let's flip to the other side of the coin. The Rams move on to the NFC Championship game where we have round 3 of their matchup against the Seahawks, who we'll talk about in just a second, who won their game earlier on that day. Rams, this is part of I've been critical of the Rams at different points of the season, just for the simple fact that they tend to play down a lot. When you look at this team, as far as like what they have, the skill positions and the key players that they have, this team should be playing at a much better level. Granted, you were playing against a very good Chicago team on the road in bad weather. You did the best you could. But sometimes Sean McVay, head coach of the Rams, likes to get a little too cute. I get motion is a very big part of your offense and how you scheme and game plan and stuff. But sometimes in games like this, where the weather is like that, you got to lean on the run game. I think he kind of got away from that in the second half. It almost cost him the game. But the Rams move on. I'll give my picks for the conference championship in just a second. But the Rams, you escape, more or less you escape Chicago. If anybody watch the game, a lot of, especially in the second half of that game, I think the Rams escape. And you keep playing that style of football. You keep playing that brand of football where you're playing it, nip and tuck, and you're not really putting your foot down when you need to be putting your foot down. It's going to cost you. And it may cost you this upcoming weekend as you play on the road once again in Seattle. Seattle, who took care of business against the 49ers, only blowout of the weekend. Not going to really get too much into that game. 49ers were clearly overmatched in this matchup. I'm not going to blame injuries for the reason why the 49ers looked the way that they did. Seattle's got a very good team. Very good defense, very sound run game. The only question mark you have with Seattle is at the quarterback position. But Sam Darnold, when he plays like he played against the 49ers, doesn't put the ball in harm's way, does his, makes the intermediate throws when he needs to make the intermediate throws, doesn't put the ball in harm's way, doesn't turn the ball over. You get the performance that you got from Seattle. What's going on, Triggs? Hey, Triggs, how about this? If you see a Bears fan in the streets somewhere, if you see Joe or you see DC, the thing for them for the rest of 2026 is deactivate your seasons, deactivate. Okay, I'm playing with you Bears fans. I love y'all. But as much as I love Philly fans, Philly, deactivate the Eagles, deactivate. Oh, gee. Yeah, where Joe? Where DC at? You're not gonna see him around here, brother. Not today. They were probably messing with my system yesterday. It was getting me shut down because they knew I was about to go. We deactivate, 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 deactivate. Brother, with certain age, I wasn't gonna say it like they weren't spamming. They were supporting. They were supporting. They were participating. But listen, they wasn't with us last year. Well, now was they? They wasn't. I didn't see these cats last year. We was doing the Bears season, and they was fumbling around. It's, coming around when the winning come out, you're losing. I don't see them in the chat. No, hey, nobody. Listen to deactivate, deactivate, deactivate. I'm just like I said, I'm not going to get too much into the Seahawks 49ers game. 49ers, clearly injuries played a role in it, but it's next man up. This is part of the season. It is what it is. Next man up. 49ers, a team that has overcome a lot of injuries this year. That's something that if I'm 49ers, listen, I'm looking at the training staff, like what you guys got going on. Like what is to have the kind of injuries they have to the key players that they have throughout the course of the season. That's something that might need to get looked at. But the 49ers, like I said, 49ers get blown off the field. Seattle sits in the driver's seat, has home field advantage. Round 3 against the Rams team that was like right there battling with them for the division and the number 1 seed throughout the entire season. Seattle ends up winning it, and they win the privilege of having a home game. Now I'm tempted to kind of sneak a peek at the weather report, but then again, this is a division rival. How much film do you really need to watch? How much have they changed in the 2 games you played previously this season? Probably not much. Probably not much. If I had to pick, and I'm going to pick, since my preseason Super Bowl teams are out of here, we'll talk about the Buffalo Bills. Extensively, of course, with all the coaching changes, Buffalo joined the list yesterday. But we'll talk about that in just a second. Give me my pick. I'm going to go Rams. The reason why I'm going Rams, I think Seattle's got a very good defense. Seattle's got a very sound run game. But so does the Rams. And for me, it comes down to who do you trust more? Do you trust Matthew Stafford more, or do you trust Sam Darnold more? Not to say that Sam Darnold's not capable of playing at a very high level. This is a guy who has won 14 games the past 2 seasons with 2 different teams. I think, a lot of people kind of gloss over that. The fact that he was able to have success in 2 different franchises, especially, first year in both of them. Listen, I get if you're picking Seahawks, I wouldn't be mad at you. I think this is going to be a very close game. I don't think Seattle's going to have the blowout like they did against the San Francisco 49ers. But I trust Matthew Stafford more. Trust Matthew Stafford more. And one thing I've noticed about both of these teams, both of these quarterbacks, when they don't turn the ball over, who do you trust to play at a high level, Super Bowl winning type level? And that's Matthew Stafford. And for me, it comes down to I think both defenses will play well. I think both run games will have a modicum of success. But it comes down to quarterback play. It comes down to quarterback play. I like JSN for Seattle. I like Puka Nacua for the Rams. I think when you look at it on paper, if you just break it down on paper, it's a very even matchup. But for me, the difference is going to be at the quarterback position. And for that reason, I got the Rams going on the road and beating Seattle. You can stitch that and write it in stone. If not, the Rams season will be deactivate. Okay, enough of that. I'm having too much fun with that. You might have a soundbite there, YouTube, on folks. Deactivate. Like you do your trash time and stuff. But I got Rams on the road. I think, like I said, it comes down to confidence in the quarterback. And I think Matthew Stafford, who I think is going to win MVP this year, knows what it like to be in that NFC Championship game environment. I think that experience comes into play. He makes just enough plays against a very good Seattle defense. Okay, started the 4th. I appreciate it, brother of a certain age. Could this be the return of the U? Who knows? I mean, they're looking good in the transfer portal. If you watch the good brother Buff Nation, Max V, you watch him, They're doing pretty good in the portal. But moving over to the AFC side, before we get into the Bills game, let's go ahead and get the Patriots game out of the way. Patriots take care of business at home against the Texans. I would say it wasn't a very, if you like defense, and I can't even say you can't, because both teams have very good defenses, and it showed up yesterday. Patriots just had a bit more defense as far as forces and turnovers. It was, listen, from the quarterback play, sloppy game. Sloppy. I mean, CJ Stroud played horrible. The amount of turnovers that he had, you can't keep putting that defense, as good as that defense is, you cannot keep putting that defense on the field and think they're not going to eventually break a little bit and give up points. I think for me, that was the story of the game. It's like it was the timeliness of the turnover. It was my first play of the drive. Early in the drive, you were having these turnovers. And, kudos to the Patriots defense, especially Carlton Davis, cornerback out there who had a career day. I believe he had 2 interceptions in this game. Career day from him. Good defensive game plan by the Patriots, but you cannot, I think, if they was able to sustain drives just a little bit, give that defense a break. Listen, that Texans defense was on the field a lot yesterday. They was on the field a lot yesterday. And granted, they was doing their job as far as forcing turnovers in regards to Drake May, who probably had, it's based on this season, probably had his worst game of the season. Patriots, and we'll talk about my Super Bowl picks. I wasn't picking them until I saw the ending of the Broncos-Bills game. I wasn't going to be picking the Patriots, but we'll see. We'll see. But like I said, Patriots take care of business at home. Very, sloppy game. I was going to say it like that. Very sloppy game. People couldn't hold on to the football. The amount of fumbles that was going on in that game, like, goddamn. I know it was raining, a little bit of snow, but Jesus Christ. Patriots, I think, have the tools to move on into the Super Bowl, and that will be something. But on the flip side, like I said, on the flip side of the Texans, good season. Came into the playoffs hot, rode a good defense all the way to the divisional round, and just could not get on your own way. The offense kind of hamstrung the defense, had them on the field too long, and the Patriots made plays, just enough plays to kind of put it away in the second half. But it was not a good game. It was, I mean, as far as like the eye test, it wasn't a good game. What's going on? Oh man, it's been a minute, man. How you doing, good brother? I got a little Laker talk. This is a little quick thing. A little bit later in the show, if you hang around while I'm doing the sports section, I'm curious of your feedback on that. Now let's move on to probably the best game of this past divisional week. Broncos at home take care of business against the Buffalo Bills team. Josh Allen being Josh Allen. Very emotional after the game. But can you say, if you have been following Josh Allen's career since he's been in the NFL, and this guy, he's still relatively young, but he's not this is not a third, fourth year player. I want to say Josh Allen has been in the league way too long. I want to say damn near 9 years at this point. Are you surprised by what you saw? Josh Allen, this has been the story of his career. A guy who has all the physical gifts, who can make all the plays that you want a quarterback to make, but puts the ball in harm's way, and has been a turnover machine since he's been the starting quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. The questionable decision making with the coaching, which led to head coach Sean McDermott. Allen choked. Yeah, I mean, and that's what it was. Allen choked. But it led to the firing of a head coach Sean McDermott, who is now being interviewed for a new position. You gotta, somebody has got to roll after a loss like this. You have a season in which Buffalo came in preseason favorite from a lot of analysts, was my Super Bowl pick. coming into this season. You have no Patrick Mahomes blocking you in the playoffs, no Lamar Jackson making the playoffs, no Joe Burrow, guys that Buffalo and Josh Allen has traditionally struggled against in the playoff setting. Those guys don't even get into the playoffs. Don't even get into the dance. Here you are on the road having a good game, but the turnover. And it's not a surprise. Like the one season that Josh Allen has not been a turnover machine was the season he won last year with MVP. He reduced the amount of turnovers that he had. Turnovers is won the game for Denver. Denver played well. I'm not going to put it all on Allen, but Allen choked. Here you have an opportunity. You have the run game going. Granted, you don't have the best weapons on the outside, but that's no excuse. It is what it is. You play without the best weapons all season long, so it's not an excuse. Like all of your guys just went down in this game. Josh Allen choked. And it was. You can tell you can see the frustration on the sidelines after each turnover. You can see the frustration during the post game interview when he said he let his guys know. Josh Allen understands that, hey, you are the quarterback. This is part of what comes with being a quarterback, especially of an NFL team. You get all of the credit for the wins, and you get all of the credit for the losses. And Josh Allen has got to hold this. You can't look to the run game saying they were slowing down the run game. James Cook had over 100 yards in this game. I don't know why they didn't keep going to the ground when you was having success against a very good Denver Broncos team who was not playing the best I've seen them play on the defensive side of the ball. But they made they forced Josh Allen to some nasty looking turnovers, man. Nasty looking turnovers. I mean, this Josh Allen doing what Josh Allen has traditionally done since he's been in the league. Turned the ball over way too much. Hey, Gator, how you doing? Gator, I don't know if you caught my show last week, but I did apologize to you and the Jacksonville Jaguars fan for not putting no respect on your name this season. I did apologize and said I was wrong. Every blue moon I get something wrong. But in the vein of Chicago Bears and in the vein of the San Francisco 49ers and the Houston Texans, Jacksonville, season in the wild card round was deactivated. Okay, I'm done. Did you cover Texas and Chicago quarterback? Yeah. I touched on. Yeah, I touched on. I listen. Caleb. He has a bit of that gunslinger in him. He'll put the ball in harm's way. If he can clean that up, you ain't no better. It tracks. Damn, executive producer like that. Coming in with the headshots. They ain't seen you in weeks. He's coming in with the headshots. Deactivate. I can talk shit now, because all y'all teams is out of it. I can talk shit. But on the flip side of that, Broncos come out of the game, will be hosting the AFC Championship game, but lose Bo Nix for the remainder of the season, who lost to a fractured bone in his ankle in overtime. Jarrett Stidham, and here's the irony of it. Jarrett Stidham, former quarterback of the New England Patriots, will be starting in the AFC Championship game. Now, let's kind of talk about this AFC Championship. Had Bo Nix been healthy, I would have leaned towards the Broncos in this. Not to say that he's a better quarterback than Drake May, but I think the Broncos defense is a little bit better than the Patriots. And the Patriots, like when I say a little bit better, it's not like the Patriots defense is a slouch defense. It's a very good defense. They just don't have the big time names, and all of that kind of stuff on the defense, but it's a very sound, good defense. I would have leaned Broncos in this with the fact that it was going to be at home in Denver. Drake made, big game moment. He looked shaky against a Texans defense, which is good, and the Broncos are right there, especially when we're talking about putting pressure on the quarterback. Broncos led the league in sacks. This is a team that is, top 5 defensively. But with no Bo Nix, Jarrett Stidham starting. Now, granted, he has started games in the NFL, so it's not like a guy that is fresh off the bench with no experience, but we're talking about the AFC Championship game. I'm going Patriots. I got Patriots on the road in this one, simply because I think the injury of Bo Nix is going to hinder a lot of what Denver does offensively. I expect it to be a very run-heavy attack, try to establish that. And I think the Patriots counterattack that and force Jared Stidham to kind of make some plays and make some throws that he has not traditionally made, even in the time he has started in the NFL. So I got Patriots on the road in this one. Got Patriots on the road in this one. I think, Drake May will hopefully, if you're a Patriots fan, will hopefully play better than he did against the Texas defense. But this Broncos defense is nothing to laugh at. If you got the Patriots, I got a better football team. I'm gonna keep it to myself. What's going on, Mikey? How you doing, man? Mikey, but they 4 teams left, man. Who you got in your Super Bowl? So right now, I got Patriots coming out of the AFC. I got Rams coming out of the NFC. Those are my 2 picks for this upcoming weekend as far as divisional. Conference championship games go. Like I said, the Patriots. If Bo Nix had not got hurt, I would have went to Denver with this one. But Jared Stidham is not, a guy that puts fear in me. And I think Mike Vrabel and that defensive coaching staff of the Patriots are going to have a game plan ready for him. Jared Stidham's not Bo Nix. He doesn't have the mobility of a Bo Nix. He's not. He's not. He's not going to make the kind of plays that Bo Nix is capable of making. So I think that limits Denver's offense. And if Denver's able to win this game, it's going to have to be put on the pressure of this defense. The defense is going to have to do what they've done all year long, and that's get after the quarterback. Hopefully, force Drake May to have a repeat performance on the road, but I just don't see it happen. Drake May has played very well this year, second in my MVP voting. I think he has a bounce back game, understands how important it is to take care of the football. I think he does just enough against this Broncos defense to win a close game. I think it's going to be a close game, but I got Patriots in this one. I got Patriots taking care of business on the road. So I basically got both road teams winning the conference championship games. Now, before I kind of transition to another sports topic that we have kind of touched on, well, I guess it's like a mix between sports and politics, but I've touched on that subject or that particular person in particular. In previous iterations of the show, I want to. We got Rams. Okay, I got Rams and Patriots. I wanted your opinion on this. It recently came out. The Rich Paul agent for LeBron James has openly suggested that the Lakers would be better off moving Austin Reeves with the trade deadline approaching. I think, at this point, even if you're a Lakers fan, and it has nothing to do with Rich Paul, but, Rich Paul coming out and making these statements, LeBron having to come out and say he's not, co-signing that, it's not coming from him. Why Rich Paul, understanding, Rich Paul, the most powerful, agent in basketball, why would you make this comment about the team that your primary client, your most lucrative client, plays for? And I think I speak for a lot of people in Laker Nation. We're looking at LeBron James. Why don't you move? Do I think Austin Reeves is a player on LeBron's level? Hell no. Do I think AR is a very good player? Yes. Do I think AR fits the future that they have envisioned? I'm talking about the Lakers franchise. Do I think he fits the vision that they have with him playing alongside Luka Doncic for a very long time in the foreseeable future? Yes. I think everybody that is a Laker fan, we're looking. I would say here we are in year 23. And I've never seen so many people look at LeBron James through such a critical lens. We see how much the team changes when you're back and when you're on the court. It just, and I don't want to say LeBron is holding on to the past. Like LeBron is still playing at a very high level, especially when we're talking about this is year 23 for the guy. That's just 23 years in the NBA. That doesn't count all the playoff minutes that he has logged on his body. He's still playing at a very high level. But I think all Lakers fans, well, I won't say all, most Lakers fans of looking at what does LeBron James' future look like with the organization. And if I'm LeBron James, and as much as I like the Lakers are not a championship caliber team right now. If I'm LeBron James, I'm exploring my options, getting with my agent, getting with the franchise, exploring my options, see what's really out there for me. I want to say the trade deadline is a little under a month away. Um, if I'm LeBron, see what's out there. I'm out. Appreciate it, brother, of a certain age. Okay, on 4th and 5 from the 12. Okay, let me peek in real quick on the championship game. Thanks to brother of a certain age. Our on the senior core responded. Um, let's see what we got here. How much? Oh, good, the fourth quarter. Okay, 10 points. Let's see if you can do it. But that's my question to you, Uncle. I know you're a Lakers fan. You know, is it time to move on from LeBron James? Is it time to pull his agent into a room, pull him into a room, and say, "Hey, we want to move you to the best situation possible for you. We appreciate what you've done for the franchise, but it's we're going in a new direction, and Luka Doncic is the future. And we're not talking about a borderline all-star player here, LeBron. We're talking about a guy who is perennially, when healthy, perennially has been in the MVP conversation for the last 5 years when healthy. We're moving in that direction. We're building the franchise around him. I like the combination of AR and Luka. You're not getting none on the defensive end. There's two turnstiles at their positions on defense. I mean, when you look at what LeBron James has done since LeBron's kind of fallen back into some of these same old habits. In 23 years in the league, those habits have got you this far, and it's hard to kind of break those habits. Of course, with AR injury being what it is kind of timely to get LeBron to be the second option in this team. But I'm a Lakers fan. Listen, I'm looking for the future. And if I got to move LeBron James to get some pieces for the future, and I understand. Listen, this team is not a championship caliber team. One, you don't play championship caliber defense at no time. You don't. You don't. But for my Lakers fans that are catching this on the replay, is it time for the team to move on from LeBron James? Question of the day. Question of the day. Now, like I said, before we kind of move into like what I like, get into the politics and all of that kind of stuff, it is a certain story, a certain someone. Let me get my clip ready. It is a certain someone that we have discussed extensively on the show in at different points throughout the existence of the show, and that is Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, for those who live under the rock and don't know who that man is, lead broadcaster for ESPN, pretty much the biggest talking head on the ESPN network, who has spent the past year and some change, kind of dipping his toe and swaddling and splashing around in the political waters with some of his commentary on his part. His move on the boys. Gator, I'm with you. Like I said, LeBron could be a good piece on another team. He just, it's time to let the purple and gold go. This obviously the team wants to move with Luka. Obviously, the team wants to move with AR as the core pieces, building blocks for the future. And I think you move LeBron James out of that. A lot of the pressure, and not just it's not that LeBron causes it, but it's because with LeBron James being on your team, a lot of the pressure leaves. Because sometimes you see, if you watch Lakers game, you see Luka and the boys kind of are deferring to LeBron, trying to get him involved. Not that LeBron needs them to defer, but just that reverence of who LeBron is and what he's been to the NBA. Guys, see guys kind of tending to defer. LeBron just doesn't look like one of the guys. Oh, damn. Welcome to the show.
What's up, Drama? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother. How you doing, man? First of all, how you doing, brother?
I'm managing, man. I just wanted to pop up and answer those questions you had as far as the Lakers, you know,
Yeah, I know
LeBron
basketball
James.
season. You come out, man. I know you and Speak Greasy. Basketball season starts ramping up over here. Y'all come out. So
And, I really haven't been watching it though because it's painful to watch. People getting blown out by 20 and 30 points. Nobody playing defense. Uh, People doing crazy crap on the floor. So, but this thing with LeBron and the Rich Paul situation, I thought a lot of people jumped out there speaking ignorant, because the fact was they were doing a hypothetical.
hmm
But from his point though, it makes clear sense because I'm a big Austin Reeves fan. I've been on some panels, getting my ass handed to me, speaking up for Austin Reeves. So for me, that's the man. But it makes sense to get rid of him because to me, he's good because of LeBron. The same way, what's my man that matured under LeBron? The one that went over there to Oklahoma, who was a fan favorite. Um,
Jesus, Caruso.
Caruso, yeah. You see how,
No,
how, how
no. Yeah, I can't let you get that one off. Like Caruso
Caruso,
was.
Caruso was good, but when he got up under LeBron, and he even told you, he was saying LeBron gave him a different way to look at the game, and Caruso elevated. He
But
already had defense.
those are two. Let's those are two different style of players, though. AR is,
What you mean?
what I say is
What?
Caruso. No one has ever looked at Caruso as an all star. But when you look at
Right.
Austin Reeves, especially the last two seasons, he's starting to get those all star looks. Like people are looking at him as like one of them dudes. Like those are two different cal. Caruso is has always been like a solid six man, but you never looked at Caruso like, yo, you should be
Okay.
a starter.
So
No.
so where I'm going at with it is what I'm saying under LeBron's tutelage with Austin Reeves, right?
Yeah.
The way Austin Reeves thinks the game and sees the game, right? And and,
Mhm.
and, and his work ethics to get better. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So now he's elevated. And I think he still got another notch he might can go. You know, but um back to Rich Paul, what I'm saying, Rich Paul, he's right though. I mean, someone would take you flip Austin Reeves, you get someone like uh Jared Jackson in and somebody else, right? Package
Mhm.
that and go for a big star. Cause the Lakers always trade for stars. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't want Austin Reeves to go, but that's your best chip. LeBron is at the end of his contract, so he could come back from what the the minimum. So
He
you
has
getting
no.
LeBron. You only need LeBron for a game or two. You don't need LeBron for a whole series.
I mean, but he had the
Mhm,
opportunity with his
mhm,
this last contract. He had opportunity when he opted out um
mhm.
to take less money. So they could have
No,
brought they could have. I mean, no, this past no, he opted out this past season, and he kind of waited to see what kind of how the chips was going to fall, and he re-signed for more big money. Like LeBron's not playing at the minimum. We can cancel that. LeBron's not. He's not ever going to play at the minimum. He's not.
well, they were
Yeah,
saying even if he took a certain amount, even if he took a certain pay cut, it still wouldn't have done. Like they still wouldn't have been able to get anything.
I mean, it wasn't.
So that's why they didn't take the big pay cut.
I'm with you as far as like the
You see what I'm
businesses.
saying?
The business. If you're
Like
like
from
yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
I'm with you. As far
Right.
as like constructing the team with removing AR because he is the most
I, I,
valuable
I, I
trade
I
piece.
think that. Uh,
But Rich Paul, you got to understand who you are, in that even if it's a hypothetical, even in that moment,
here,
it's one of
but
the ones you dance
here's
around
what
in.
I would say too. But I would move Luke.
You're not moving Luca. They're not moving
But
Luca,
they but
man.
they going but they hating, man. The dude he's on a podcast. He's talking. They're just talking. trap. You know they hate Max Kellerman. A lot of them don't like Max Kellerman. Look, but here's my thing with Luca though.
Okay.
To me, can be a good problem, but for me, he's more of a bad problem. Luca whine too much. Luca plays zero defense. You see what I'm saying? And if he don't get his way, then he started complaining and shit. And that was rubbing off on Austin Reeves the last couple of games before he got hurt. You see what I'm saying? And so, you
Okay.
know, I don't know, man. To me, they can go either or. I wouldn't care if they got. Look, I
Come
don't
on.
know, man. Lakers got some thinking to do.
Uncle,
Shit.
we
I
be
would sign
dancing here,
Luca and then ship his ass because to me, Luca, I don't know. I like.
No, I can't listen. I can't roll with you on this one. I cannot. No, they're
Okay,
not. Listen, they're not
I
moving
think
Luke.
they should.
They're not
But
moving Luke.
get you. But I'm saying, I'm looking at the game. Mind the game. Mind the game. Let's mind the game. Luca has a tremendous upside, but when he was in
Dallas.
with the Mavs, Dallas, right?
Yeah.
He had a lot of riders. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of dogs. So they played their position well. But thinking the game, executing the game, like you got an Austin Reeves, you got certain people, and I think that kind of clashes because if Luka don't play no defense, and let's say LeBron is gone, you got Luka and you got Reeves. Those two people that don't play defense, that means what's his name got to run around with his head cut off. What's his name? What's my man name? Either one. Shit, you can look at
Listen.
I can't think of the name.
I hear what you're saying from a basketball, just a standpoint from that. But bro, Luka is whether we like his defense or not, he's top five. He's top five. He's top five when it comes to impacting the game in the league. Like this dude is perennially in the MVP conversation. I think he is. I'm moving LeBron.
Okay, but yeah, I'm not saying don't move LeBron, but what I'm saying, everybody got to go. Then you got to build a team like that he had in Dallas. You got to build from scratch.
But that's fine. I mean, they understood that when they traded for him.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
They understood like, yo, we got to build this right. That's why they brought in, eight, one of those kind of pick and roll guys, a lob guy. He fits Luka. He don't fit LeBron. Like we've got to listen. Year 23, and it's a bitter pill for me to swallow as a Lakers fan, and as a LeBron fan. It's time to move on.
Man, I think LeBron should have been left. I think he should have left 2 years ago. If you ask me, I mean, I don't think he should be there.
I mean, but he chose let's keep it a buck. He chose the money, and being out on the West Coast and all of that, and not wanting to quote unquote uproot. I mean, I think family played a lot of that with him wanting to stay, and because I can admit,
was it really the money, or was it just the business of what him and Jeannie Buss and them talked about? Because the Lakers was they was looking mighty terrible, and they didn't have no star power. The merchandise. When he came, Lakers got back on their grind, and
you got to say the money, because LeBron is taking each season. When he opts out and gets into a new 2-year contract, he's not taking chump change. LeBron is taking up a healthy chunk of the cap. And based on his production,
they have to pay him.
No, listen. I think he should have left 2 years ago. I mean, but if you look at how this team was operating before LeBron came back from injury, was it perfect? No. I mean, but I didn't expect the Blake. There's no outside of like maybe a Marcus Smart on a good day. It's not a lockdown. There's no lockdown guys on this team.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you think the Lakers play better with Luka on the floor or LeBron on the floor?
Luka.
The overall game. Now we're not talking about the just like Luka. What do you call that shit he be doing? That little fucking gold harder trips that doing all that other shit. Do you think they play better as a team with LeBron on the floor or Luka on the floor?
I think with Luka.
Mm.
And here's why I say here's where it gives me the edge. I say they play better with Luka than LeBron because of the range in which you have to guard Luka Doncic. Like LeBron can hit threes, but he's not. That step back Luka. That's the patented move, man.
Yeah, but that's
The
one
fact,
on
like,
one.
LeBron is not.
Yeah,
Listen, the pieces that they have are fit. Like DeAndre Ayton fits better with Luka than LeBron. Not that he can't play with LeBron, but he's a lob and catch. At this point, he's a lob and catch guy, and that's what they brought him in. Hey, we need you to get rebounds and be a lob and catch guy, and he's done that well since he's been in LA. Well enough since he's been in LA.
Okay, let me. Okay, so you don't think that they stagnated with Luka on the floor because Luka don't pass the ball, and the team don't get a chance to get in the rhythm.
I mean, but I think Luka plays the style of play that JJ wants to play. Listen, do I think talent-wise, he's not on the same level as LeBron, but we're at this point now where, the team is going in a different direction, and they're starting to build around Luka, and rightfully so. LeBron is not going to be here.
Yeah. Now, they should.
LeBron can help a team like a Cleveland. LeBron can help a team like a New York that needs that little extra push. Like the Lakers, listen, as much as I love LA, whether you have Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves, you're not beating the OKCs. A healthy San Antonio, you're not beating them. You're not beating a healthy Denver team. Let's you got to understand where you're at. So now let's move LeBron while he still has value. And get some more pieces.
Move LeBron is a move LeBron is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like me and you talked about that a year and a half ago. Like he should have been left. Yeah. But again, I don't know what the we don't know what the organization talked about, but I know now that if they under a new management and stuff, they might be eager to get rid of him now. They might not even keep him past the trade deadline. It might be a shocker. Or he might tell them, hey, look, keep me. I come off the books, I retire. You know what I mean? But I think he needs to go to Cleveland. I think if he go to Cleveland come out the East. And I think with the people that they got in Cleveland that play defense, that play both of the or play on both ends, I think they have a bigger chance of winning the chip if he go there than he has with any other team.
I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to argue. And I said that earlier this season, like Cleveland will be my destination if I'm LeBron. Hey, send me to Cleveland. You're not going to get a Evan Mobley back in that exchange, but you might get some good pieces, good swing players catching 3-and-D type dudes to play with Luka. If I'm LA, if I'm trading LeBron to Cleveland, I want Jared Allen.
He definitely needs Luka. Definitely needs the 3-and-D, but also, man, we gotta keep in mind now. Luka been having some leg injuries lately. He's been messing with that hamstring, so we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how how in shape he keep his body. You know what I mean? So, looking at he had an issue before he got traded. Now this year he's still having this nagging issue. So we don't even know the severity of the issue. I mean, yeah, he's still young. I mean, severity of the injury. Yeah, he's still young, but what you get what I'm saying. So
I get what you're saying. He does have an injury history, especially with the lower legs.
Yeah. But that's why
let's cut to the chase. We're not going. We're not winning the chip this year. And anything, the organization when they traded for Luka, pretty much stamped LeBron's exit out of LA. We're not building around you.
Right. That's correct.
When you're not part of the future. Get what you can.
Get what you can for. Like, I'll pull Rich Paul and LeBron in the office tomorrow. We want to see if we can work a deal with a Cleveland or somebody out in the East that is, in position to possibly, chase a ring, and you're that missing piece. We're just not there yet. When you look at the West, they're not there. LeBron is for me. AR sounds good, because it's a young offensive star, borderline all-star player. It sounds good in the basketball GM sense, but dude, they got the Lakers management has a future with Luka being Batman, and they're fine with AR being Robin, and that's the vision.
But check this out. Even if you get rid of LeBron, you still not even going to be able to pay Austin what he's going to command.
I think
Austin going to get paid, and you're going to have to pay Luka. So you get what I'm saying? So even if you get rid of LeBron, right? Other people, you're going to need to pay other people.
Well, I mean,
if LeBron off your book,
I can get Hachimura off my books. That's a nice tradable expiring contract. Like, you could listen. These teams make the money work. They make them.
I don't know if you give it the hospital.
They make the okay. What Rui's making like 20+ million this year. Gabe Vincent, we can find places to put these dudes. We can trade you for cash considerations or a second round draft pick. We can get you off our books with these. They have some expiring contract. They have a plan for signing AR. He's not leaving. It's not going to be
drama. Hey, I saw AI coming before anybody. I'm AI. Austin Reeves, trust me.
You did.
That's my man. That's my man. Everybody talking about, that white boy, he can't play no motherfucker. Oh, he don't do this, he don't do that, he don't do it. And I'm like, look, every year he's progressed. Every year. And I think he got one more level to go before he max out. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, because I don't know who brings the calm to the Lakers team when out on the floor. You know what I mean? Like Luka gets so wrapped up into doing what Luka does that a lot of the team is just standing and stuck.
But
they don't even know if they're going to get the ball. Now
look,
AI was
it works. It works.
Okay.
If you look at the start of the season. Now, do I think it's sustainable for a playoff run? No.
The word on the street.
I'm telling you, it doesn't work.
Hey, Dots. The word on the street in the NBA circles is that they hunting for Luka. So I don't know.
Dude, they've been hunting for Luka since he came in the league. That's nothing. That is, listen. You saw when Boston beat them in the finals. They was hunting for Luka. We run and pick whoever Luka guard come up here and pick and roll. We want that matchup. They've been hunting for Luka since he's been in the league. He's been a defensive line. He's never Luka's never going to be anywhere close to a lockdown defender. The only thing you can hope for Luka on the defensive end is some effort. He's never going to be able to stand. I'm just saying, he's not going to ever be able to stand in front of nobody.
I wish LeBron leave. I wish he leave. I wish he left 2 years ago. I wish he leave now. So to answer your question, I would just leave just to leave and then let people see what they really got. You know what I mean? Because I think the way they cover LeBron, it takes away from the Lakers, like the knickknacks of the Lakers, right? Like it seemed like everything is surrounding around LeBron. When I think the GM just not doing a good job. He got Luka, but was that more of the Mavs versus LA? You see what I'm saying? Like the Mavs gave up Luka, or the GM gave up Luka. Was it a favor amongst each other? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think really Rob Pelinka really did much these last couple of years. I think
Well, no, I think Rob is still living off the 2020 championship. Let's keep it above. But you when you win, you know how it works in the sports world. You win a ring.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of leeway. And he has the 2020 ring to say, hey, I brought a championship to the franchise. Whether you want to call it the bubble ring or not, doesn't matter. Still counts in the official record books.
Okay.
I look at when you make the deal for Luka.
Yeah.
I would have been making a deal immediately to get LeBron up out of there because I know it's not going to work at this stage of LeBron's career. It's not. Luka, I mean, this defense, all his defensive shortcomings, he's still a top 5 in MVP voting when healthy.
But Dots, I think the LeBron, the money thing, I think that they couldn't get anybody for LeBron, even if they was to try last year. I
Not at that
think
price tag
uh
because he's not making chump change. Like LeBron's coming back like 2 years
yeah.
max, 2 years, $100 million. Like he's not taking chump change. He's like, yo, I'm gonna maximize, the back half of my career on the money, and I don't fault him. But
hmm
you can't like, yo, I'm making 50 mil this year, and the team is obviously trying to move. Like, dude,
See, I
I,
thought they should have been moved Anthony Davis versus I thought that they should have had moved him a long time ago. I just even though
well,
they gave defense, he just
well,
was always hurt. So I
well,
think they could never get
LeBron
in the
sold him
play.
on that. LeBron sold him on that dream. Every
Yeah.
year before the season, AD is going to be the focus. No, he's not. No, he's not.
I just can't wait till he go, and then I want to see how they cover the rest of the league. How to what I mean? I just want to see what they got to say after he go.
I mean,
Um, because
it's gonna be a void. It's
right
gonna be
now
a
he out
void.
there looking like he can't move. He can't move laterally, like he is something going on with his growing area or something. He's not. His something wrong with him.
I
So
mean, we all lose the battle to Father Time eventually,
bruh,
and he's not
Doc, Doc,
he's not
I went out
Superman.
there and Doc, I went out there trying to play basketball, right? And I jumped up in the air. And when I tell you, it seemed like all the muscles in my body was ripping at one time, man. The people was like, "Hey, you want me to call the ambulance?" Because we can call the ambulance. I said, "No, I'm good, I'm good." Bro, I ain't touched the basketball since. I was like, "Ain't nowhere in the world, man."
Bro.
So I
I
get it.
know the feeling. I listen, and you're talking about guys who are not, listen, I've had that feeling. I just go out there, I just shoot around. I'm not even running up and down the court no more. Like, nah, that ain't my thing no more. You talking about regular dudes? You talking about a guy who's a world class athlete? He's looking like one of us, like moving up, especially on the defensive end. Like,
That's what I'm saying. So Lakers would have 3 people out there not playing defense. Would put a lot of pressure on Vanny, and put a lot of pressure on Smarts. You get what I'm saying? Because they are,
I don't like Vanderbilt. I'm gonna say it. He great defensive player, but you are like
I
as
thought he
good
was
as
good when he could actually play. I thought he was good when he was with was it Timberwolves? Yeah.
his
I
with the
thought he was
Timberwolves.
actually good
He
with
fit.
them.
He fit, but what they're paying him, uh, like
I
nah,
thought they were paying him peanuts. Mm.
like even with the peanuts, like you don't, I don't, I don't see the value. Like I don't see when you watch Vanderbilt on the court. Where's the impact? Where I mean, like you're supposed to be just the D guy. You're not even a 3 and D guy. You're just the D guy. Pause. But that's what you are. You're not a threat on the offensive end. Like
I just think nowadays the game, if you're gonna play the game, if you're gonna mind the game, is you're gonna have to go at least 10 deep, and you're gonna have to have people that can play both ends of the court. I think the actual star like they used to have back in the day, I think it won't work because you got too many people that can switch. Uh, it commands a lot. Like look at the Golden State. Steph Curry could do what Steph Curry do, but the team as a whole was just what 9 deep, and everybody went out there and played on both ends of the court. That's why they were so advanced in most teams, because most teams was focused on 1 or 2 players, and they was well, Steph commands this. No. The person to me was Klay Thomas. Klay
Mhm.
Thomas and Draymond Green was the catalyst to their success.
Well, I mean, okay,
Steph Curry commanded. Steph Curry commanded double teams and stuff like that. But I mean,
but you
you
can't
know,
have one. You can't have one without the other. You gotta have even if you
Right.
don't have multiple superstars, you gotta have one guy that draws so
Yeah.
much attention that
Correct.
it enhances the play of every. Like you look at Denver, how different they look when Yoke's not on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
They look like a bottom half of the Western Conference type ish team when you look at them without Yoke on the floor. But you have, I mean, you look at um, I can't say San Antonio. I think San Antonio is built in the model of OKC, where we have multiple guys who play on both ends of the court that can attack and score in different ways. They're modeled more towards that. But
Mm-hmm.
you get one good superstar. two is great. You can have success. You can still have success in this league. Boston, what 2 years removed from a championship with that formula?
Mm-hmm.
You can do it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's just you got to have real stars, and some guys are not real. Like you look at Cleveland, because I think Cleveland is a LeBron James away from really challenging for beast of the East. If you really like,
Mm-hmm.
I like Spider Mitchell, but you were two.
Mm-hmm.
You were
Yeah.
two.
Right. Yeah.
You were two. I like Evan Mobley, but you're a good complementary piece. You're not a
Mm-hmm.
force. Like we're not game planning to, like you're so unstoppable. Spider Mitchell in the playoffs, he's good for one, explosive game, and after that, it's kind of his regular stuff.
Okay. So for us to sum it up, I agree. They need to trade LeBron or get rid of him somehow. And the Rich Paul situation, I think Rich is okay when you because see, did you listen to his whole podcast?
I
See, a
listened
lot of
to.
people did.
I didn't listen to the whole.
The,
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't listen to the whole thing.
right, and so that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people, they didn't listen to the whole podcast, which is a fun podcast. Uh, and how they were talking and what they were talking about. It was a question, that was asked of him, and they were just going back and forth about it. It wasn't nothing that he couldn't like. Because he said in the next podcast, he basically said, "Look, there are things that I can't talk about because of A, B, C, and D, right? That they already told him, like, hey, stay away from this and that." So what him and the Max was talking about was in the confines of what he could talk about. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and then so his podcast yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, he had explained everything, and he also was talking about when he got approached by Austin Reeves' manager, which he said him and Austin Reeves' agent. I mean, they're good friends, so they talked, and even he said he asked the agent, did you listen to the whole thing? He was like, Rich, I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't listen. And Rich was like, basically go back and listen to it, and then you'll see where we came. So whoever clipped it up and put it out there the way they put it out there, I think was disingenuous. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of them too is just jealous of the power that someone can have and hold. I mean, I don't know, man. So I think he didn't do nothing wrong. I think a lot of people blew it out of proportion, and they trying to say, well, he's an agent. Well, hell, I mean, you got people out
No,
here that
I don't think he needs. I'm
look,
gonna be honest with you. I don't think he needs a podcast at this juncture. Especially when you're talking about clients, potential clients. Like, nah, I get the podcasting thing is where a lot of people are, sports personalities and people in that arena want to dive into. But nah, I kind of, if I
I
was
can,
Rich
can you think?
Paul, I would back off of that. Like, I'm messing up possible future bags. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But see, Docs, that's what the whole thing was. They were talking about the far as what do you have to negotiate with people, like far as the Lakers. You get
I
what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
do
Like
it.
what
I wouldn't do
it was a hypothetical. Can you listen to that podcast and we could discuss it because
it. Okay.
you might
Yeah,
be
I'm gonna
yeah
listen to
you,
it and tell you what we do. I'll listen to it and I'll kind of give you my,
yeah
my full honest review of it.
yeah
But this this
yeah.
this from the outside looking in, I'm Rich Paul. Drew Rosenhaus is not doing a podcast, and then that's how
But
that's the lane I'm in though with it. I'm
But
Drew.
yeah, but
No,
but
you're an
but I
agent.
ain't them though. But they that you talking
Good.
15, 20. I'm in the now. I'm not looking at back then and what's going on back then. You see what
No,
I'm saying?
I
I'm in the
get
now.
this now. Listen, everybody don't need a podcast, bro. I'm an agent, active agent, not
Yeah.
retired. I'm an active agent. I got potential clients listening to this shit. Like, yo, does he have these kind of conversations about me? When I ain't
But what
around.
but that's what I'm saying. That it wasn't about what it was
I
about.
I,
So
I didn't.
you mean to tell me, me and you talking shop and we let's just say we the owners and we talking shop, right? And somebody clip us saying this and that. And when we was sitting up there just talking about hypotheticals and A, B, C, D, but we not, you know what I'm saying? We're not saying this, do that, do this. We just talking about how would someone make something work.
But here's what I'm saying. Just because you can, don't mean you
Yeah.
should.
Don't you mean you should? That's true. That's
It don't mean you should. Just because you can't. I'm Rich Paul. I'm world famous. I'm an agent. I'm with Adele. I've got a lot of stuff going on. People are interested in what I got to say. Just because you
hey,
can, don't
but
mean you
hey,
should.
Dot, he fired that shot, boy, and them motherfuckers was buzzing. I mean, he had them all out there. Oh, he shouldn't be down. Everybody.
Yeah,
But
I mean, because look who it's coming from. Not that I don't think anybody looks at what he said and be like, "Yo, he's wrong in his assessment." I think a lot of basketball fans look at it like, "Okay, in his GM like agent perception, he's right as far as like AR being the most valuable trading piece." But I'm an agent. I can't be half. It's a reason why owners and like the NFL. That's why Jerry
uh-huh.
Jones is the only one that gets up there and runs his mouth because he's also the GM, slash, and I'm the owner. But a lot of owners like, no, I'm not into that podcast and stuff about what could happen, what I would do, even if it's hypothetical. Like, well, hypothetically, I could fire this coach and bring in such like, no, hypothetically you could, but it don't come across right, man. Just because you can don't necessarily mean you should. I'm Rich Paul. I back away from that. I back away from that.
True. True. I mean, we agree to disagree, but I think what he did wasn't wrong. I think the motherfucker just hating. I just think they just
I'm
hating.
gonna check it. I'm gonna check it out. It's not me hating. Listen, I don't want you to think I'm
Not
hating. Like
you, not you,
his,
not
his
no, not
assessment,
you.
his
No,
assessment is
no,
on point. But
dots, not
I'm Rich
you, not
Paul.
you, but dots, not you, not you. What I'm saying, what they did when they leaked, when they all started talking about it, all the other podcasters, right? When
Well,
they
you know that's
all
how they
started
do it.
talking about it,
Come on,
but
man. You know.
half of them don't even. If you look at it, an agent actually uh is universal when it comes to, okay, what fits for this team, what fits for that team. Like their knowledge of the game is not to be trifled with. Whereas those players just play. They don't even know if they fit with a team, right? They just play the game and they figure they the best and this and that. But I encourage you to listen to it, to listen to his last two podcasts. It give you some good insight on a lot of stuff that I think is that it helps with the learning and not the
Learning the
how can
nuances
I
of the
put it?
game. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
understand
yeah.
what you trying
Very,
to get at.
very, very entertaining. Very, very, very entertaining.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it
Yeah,
out. I want it, like I said, I don't want to just judge it off of the clip, but just
yeah.
when
Because
I
that's
when
what
I
I
heard
wanted at first.
Rich.
I was like, Rich, what you doing? You know these mugs don't like you and LeBron. Why you even say that? Why? I'm going off in the car because I'm hearing, certain people say certain things, and I'm like, they already be hating you, just giving them more stuff to hate on. So then when I went back and
I wasn't
started
even
listening, I
I
was
wasn't
like,
even going that
oh,
far with it. I was just like, Rich Paul with a podcast? Why? My first question is like, why?
yeah,
Why? You're not
yeah.
like it'd be different. Yo, I'm retired, and then if I was a GM, I would X Y Z. If I was an agent, dude, you still active. You like you're the top dog when it comes to agents. Like, and I know potential clients, you know, are looking like, oh damn, like yo, this how to do. Like, it looks crazy that you're an active agent and you kind of even having hypothetical conversations on camera. about this. Like that's like the craziest thing to me. I wasn't even worried about people hating Rich Paul or nothing. I don't give a damn if I knew people know you're an agent, you're a mega agent at that, the agent in the NBA. Like nah, maybe.
Well, remember they attacked Draymond Green because he had a podcast and he was a player. PG, Paul
Yeah,
George.
all these guys that were active, like
Yeah.
Michael Parsons in football, like you got enough time to be running your mouth. You need to be watching some film. Like
Yeah, but
it looks crazy. It looks crazy. You out there losing, and like I'm seeing you in your Sunday time slot with your podcast. Like, oh, maybe get some extra jumpers up in the gym, some more reps on the bench. It looks crazy because you're active. Like nobody cares that Gilbert Arenas is doing a podcast. Like, he don't play no more. Like Draymond, you look crazy. Like, yeah, I know we just got an ass kicking this playoff game, man. But I got some topics I want to discuss. Like, no, dude, your focus need to be elsewhere.
But then you can also say, but then too though, Doc, you can't say doing a podcast keep the mugs out of trouble. You get what I'm saying? They busy doing other stuff versus hitting the club, and then you got the media talking about you.
Get your ass in the film room. Get your ass in the gym. Like, dude, I don't care how much I like a player. Like, you active. Like, you need to tell me this is with your spare time you're doing podcasts, and you're doing it actively. It's not even like I do it in the off season. No, you're doing it actively. We just lost game 6. We're out of the playoffs, but I want to talk about Cardi B. Like, what the fuck? Like no, because it makes me think you were looking for topics and material for your podcast when you should have been paying attention what Steve Kerr was talking about. For that playoff game. Like, I got a like Michael Parsons. Like, people was questioning like, how prepared is he?
But
you're doing a podcast.
But in fairness, though, most of the people that did podcasts while they were active was it was elite in their position and did what they had to do on the floor. It was their surroundings that came up short. Now, Paul George would be the exception because I felt like Paul George, they was going to take him through the ringer with his podcast because he's, but every time you turn around, the minute he started doing something good, he had a horrific injury or he was out. So I guess he was like, let me get in the podcast. And you know what I mean? He was the only one that I thought was in podcasting that might have shouldn't not have been in podcasting because
none of them can't listen. And I think they have a future in podcasting, but during your season, and like I said, perception is plays a lot into that. We're talking about these guys are elite players. We're not talking about scrubs off the bench.
Yeah,
these guys are elite players at their positions. But to a fan, it looks crazy. Right. After we just lost a hard-fought game, and you doing like a nightcap with like Shannon Sharp as an active player, like you on that type of time, like huh? Like you ain't got nothing. Like, even if you're like, I'd rather you just go away and rest for the night. I don't need to hear your perspective. Like, that's what the post-game interviews. I don't care about you doing a podcast. It does nothing. I'm looking at you funny. I'm like, damn, it's I mean, because it takes time. I mean, it takes time to.
I see that viewpoint.
We're talking about branding and all of that stuff. Sponsorship. Like, this is this is brought to you by Unk Records. We'll go get the latest. Like that's just regular. This is the time it takes for regular people. I would just say regular people to do podcasts. And do them consistent. You're talking about guys who are elite at their level. Like, you mean to tell me you couldn't be watching some film, see what you could have did better and run past D this week, Micah? Like, you notice he didn't do no kind of podcast in Green Bay. It's like probably like leave that shit for the off season.
I see your viewpoint on that. I see your viewpoint on it. I for me, I don't really listen to half of them anyway, but I think sometimes I tune in, like if Draymond Green that they talking about, certain things. Some of them I listen to.
Knowledgeable.
I thought
it's knowledgeable.
Yeah.
But you active. Jordan was doing Space Jam in the summer, not doing a year. Jordan did Space Jam in the summer, not during the year. Like,
Yeah.
no, your extracurriculars, you do that, all when the season is over. When now the season
I
is
you
over, I
know
don't have to.
you know personally, I think that they got tired of a lot of the ones that started. Then I think they got tired of people talking shit on podcasts and didn't know anything. So that for them to jump in it, I think they was going at those type of people. I think they,
Well,
I
it's
mean, focus
easy,
is focus.
but
Mm-hmm,
it's easy. If you think about elite players who have been
hmm
playing since Pop Warner or Little League or whatever the sport is, been playing since they was an early child, um,
yeah,
and played on a professional level and are playing at a very
hmm
high level on a professional level. That gives you a level of insight that you can't a regular podcaster, me and you will never have that knowledge, that information, because we don't
hmm
come from that world. Um, and
hmm
we can't tell you about the ins and outs and the stuff that makes them successful. We can speculate and based off what we see, but we don't know. So it gives them a heads up. Cam Newton, it gives them a heads up. Gilbert Arenas, it gives them a heads up. You played the game, so it's way easier for them to transition
hmm
into that lane. Um, and
Yeah, I prefer them going on like a Gilbert Arenas pod. I prefer them going on the show versus
yeah,
doing an actual
yeah.
podcast. You know what I
If
mean?
they
I
went
think
on the
that's
show, I wouldn't
better.
complain.
Where you
I wouldn't
got
complain. I wouldn't
right,
complain. If
right,
they,
right. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with that premise of it. I prefer them to go on the podcast and do what they do. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Versus them after every game firing up a firing up a
It's just come on,
podcast.
man. Yo, I just got off the field 3 hours, 4 hours, battling hard. My body's exhausted. Let me fire up the
But
StreamYard. It'll be the last thing on
so
my mind.
so that would transition us into which we talking about now, far as what you want to talk about when it comes to people doing just too goddamn much, like this president of the U.S. tweeting out some crazy shit about he didn't get the Nobel Peace Prize, so he want to basically burn down United Nations because it ain't about peace no more. So
Dude, what you
so
said?
we got Twitter fingers instead of running the country. We got Twitter fingers doing what it, what I'm saying. So I guess we could
Well,
segue into that then, right? Because
yeah,
that's what it sounds like.
it's like we can't. It's almost like you have my notes, because for those who don't know, Trump, when he say alluded to, pretty much flat out said why he really wants to go into Greenland is because he didn't really get the Nobel Peace Prize. Like, actually typed this out and had a memo sent to, I want to say, the Prime Minister of Norway to say, one of the reasons because they didn't give him. Listen, dude, this is I say this every week, and it really hits. Like, this is a reality show, and we are unwilling participants in this reality show. And this, when you think it can't
Mm-hmm.
get crazier, it can't get loonier. Dude has so
Mm-hmm.
much stuff going on that it makes it hard to kind of keep up with the real shell game is, the tech companies, the AI, the money, and all those. That's the real game that's being played behind the scenes. Like, he treats every day as a new episode. I swear to God,
Mm-hmm.
every day is a new episode. What can I say now? What can I do now? Is like he has this weird fixation. It's almost like a fetish for being the center of attention each and
Mm-hmm.
every day. Like, first thing he does when he wakes up, he's on
Mm-hmm.
Truth Social. He's on Truth Social, and what can I talk about today? And that's going to drive traffic to my Truth Social. That's going to drive the news focus to me. What can I do each and every? It's for me. I think it comes across like a fetish at this point, where you're talking about the amount of stuff he does on a daily basis, let alone weekly. We're talking, and it's a lot of stuff that gets missed because you're so busy, Greenland, and you're busy with, oh, well, he took the stuff from Venezuela and sent that money, from the sale of that Venezuelan oil over to Qatar. But that's not headlines because he's all over the place with the other shit. But I mean, we're with the participants, like even the stuff with Minnesota. I was going to kind of get into that. Even the stuff with Minnesota, with ICE, National Guard about to be called in. What some people don't know is the DHS budget is going to be, I want to say by the end of the month, they got to extend or approve the budget for the DHS, which, bankrolls ICE. And it's got to get 60 votes in the Senate. And it ain't going to have 60 votes in the Senate. So what happens then when ICE is not getting the money based on this new budget through DHS? But you're not focused on that because you're focused on people getting shot in Minnesota. Like it is, it's hard to keep up with this dude, man. It's hard.
I think, and the reason why I think it's like that is because for a long time, America was duped into thinking America is the be all, see all. Like, so when he says the things he says and the stuff that goes on in Minnesota, they're really grasping for straws to keep, because they know people attention span is short.
Yeah.
Like, like, for example, if you want to go into what do you want to go into Greenland, or he want a Greenland to be us or take over? Why would Greenland do that when Greenland get free healthcare, free healthcare, free education, and all of that? You think people are going to give that up to become a part of America? But
he knows this also. He knows this also.
Yeah.
If I can sell you, then every decision that I'm making is making America great again and putting America first. And having Greenland is for national security. I can sell it to the idiots. I hate saying that about people. But people are dumb, man. A lot of people are dumb. They don't see the trick going on.
Here's the thing. Well, I have white people in my family, white people around me, cool people, this and that. But for those outside my circle, when I watch them, they really don't have an inkling of really what's going on in the world. Some of them haven't even been out of the country, right? And this notion that we the best at everything is ludicrous. Like they've been sold a bunch of goods. Like when he said, I can shoot this person in the face and get away with it, basically kill a person in New York and get away with it, he was not playing. See, My thing is with the world is, if a person of color said the same stuff he said, it would have been investigations done. It would have been all types of stuff. They unfit, this and this and that. But when you're dealing with somebody like him, he don't know. I don't even think at this point he know his ABCs. It's the people that's circulating around him that's paying to keep him in certain positions, right? And that money is going to dry up. Whether it's Israel, whether it's Stephen Miller, because what they on is they really on this Nazi Fourth Reich type shit going on. They really on that hard. You know what I mean? He's just the pawn. And I think they doing the wrong thing covering him like they covered him when they need to be digging into these other mugs. See, he provides cover for them.
But they're in on the trick bag too. Because
exactly.
As a news network, who's more interested in the cover? Stephen Miller or Trump? Stephen Miller is not going to give you the daily sound bites and the daily. He's not going to give you like what the fuck in the morning. He's not doing that. Not Mr. Stephen Miller. Project 2025. Offensive coordinator. Let's call it what it is.
certain people are covering them. Certain news channel are cutting, but as far as the main, you're right. As far as the main coverage, like no, they keep saying Trump, Trump, Trump with his Twitter fingers. You know what I mean? But again, I don't know, man.
You got to understand who you're talking to. America
Yeah.
first. This makes people feel good. You know, like I said, some people. Well, I'm not gonna say some. A lot of people have never even left their own state. They just know that, hey, we've been propagandized for even before Trump, that America's the best. We're the first in this. We're the first in that. We're the first in this. We're first in that. They've been conditioned to think that America's healthcare system is we got the best doctors in the world, and nobody is like us, and this is the American dream has been sold for so long.
But the crazy part is,
it has worked so far.
Dots. The crazy part is, this is the ludicrous part about it. Most of the fucking men that's talking this crazy shit, the immigrants need to go, this and that, they got immigrant wives. That's the crazy part. This man's wife can barely speak English, sitting on the stage trying to read a Christmas book. And
coming out?
Supposedly, I think
no, it's out this week. I want to say it's out this weekend or next weekend. And this is called Melania. And they're actually pushing this in. Listen, they're actually pushing this shit in theaters. It is a grift. It's a family thing. You got we're not even getting into what Barron Trump is doing with the crypto shit, right? Or what Jared Kushner is doing with a lot of the Middle East deals that he's working out. It is a reality show, man. But if you
they playing a dangerous game. Yeah, they playing a dangerous game, though. They playing a very, very, very dangerous game. Because to me, the way they doing it, it seems like they're doing all of this stuff like the grift, the money grab, and then they're gonna try to escape to one of these damn islands or somewhere where you can't, they're gonna go off the grid. This is what it seemed like, because it's
listen, they're still they're stealing and this is not a ski mask robbery.
Right,
we're walking in the bank with our driver's license and passport attached to our chest. You think about think about all the idiots that wasted money on buying Trump mobile phones because you thought it was making America great because they sold you on that.
The watch was the killer. Oh my God!
Trump crypto, like. We put Trump on. Hey, what's going on, Keeper? How you doing? But we put Trump name on it, and you idiots. And I hate to say it, a lot of them, Americans are slow to the game. They're not paying attention because you're worried about ICE agents. And like I told you earlier, like the budget's up for a vote this month.
Oh, they're not getting funded.
And
if they get it. Look.
Listen, what is it? What is his new Trump? What is his new healthcare plan? I'm gonna give y'all $2,000, and you got some Americans eating it up. Oh yeah, that's way to stick it to big insurance companies. Like dumbass, you know how much insurance really costs out of pocket? Like and he's gonna give you a $2,000 check. Mind you, it's your money anyway. You're a taxpayer. It's your money anyway. Oh, it's a whole trick bag, man. It's a whole trick bag.
It's sad because so many people get hurt in the process of this, right? Certain people lose everything. Some people. No, I'm just saying. Yeah, they don't care, but I'm just saying, like, as a person, as a empathetic person, like an empath as I am, I can feel like and see the pain in some people's faces. Whereas though you got some people that literally don't give a shit until it happens to them. Like, it's funny how they supposed to be anti-government, right? But now it's like they need government trying to control what you do, far as your speech, far as everything else. But these was the same people that was saying, no, this states' rights, this. Now they no, bring them in, bring them in. It's like
listen, they'll approve the message if they like the messenger.
mm-hmm. That's why
They
you always knew it wasn't about the economy. And anybody of color could have told you, yo, it's not about the economy.
No, but I just need to sell it to the sheeple. Because listen, the sheeple are thinking it's a left versus right, and not realizing the real game is rich versus poor. And it's always been
that's right.
Rich versus
classism.
Poor.
Classism at its finest.
But I need to get you, because hateful people like to have opposition. I can't hate the person because let's say a white person, they like getting mad at another white person. Can't go it off race. We'll try to do religion. Or you're a liberal. You support the LGBT, the alphabet community. Like, I gotta find a reason to be against you because that's what I've been conditioned to do. That's what I've been conditioned to do. Drum.
One day, I tell you, dots. One day, right?
Good,
I was in Ethiopia, right? And I was on a rooftop of this hotel. They had it was like a restaurant, but then they had this like balcony. Man, it was real nice. And I went on the balcony, and I was just sitting out there, just looking out in the sea and everything. And these businessmen came up, and they were talking about pharmaceutical pills and shit like that, right? And they was talking about how much they charge the US versus how much they would charge Ethiopia. And when I tell you, I was sitting here ear hustling like a mug, man. I was ear hustling. It was like 20 times. The US was paying 20 to 100 times more for the pill. The same pill, they just changed the name of the pill, in a sense, changed the stamp on the pill, right? Change the name, but it's the same pill. It does the same thing. And the US paying $100 per pill versus in Ethiopia, they paying maybe $3 for that pill, $2 for that pill. You hear what I'm saying? When I saw that about, I want to say about 13 years ago. That opened my eyes to how this thing really works, right? It's the same stuff, but because they can pay more, we're gonna charge them more. So we're gonna suck every little drop of money that we can get, from this country versus this country. It's the same. It's the same pill. It's the same everything.
But that's the trick bag, huh? They're in the business. They're in the business of making money. But I got the general masses, especially in this country, the general masses. I got to keep you not looking at what it is, classism. I want you focusing on what the rich are getting and all the tax breaks. I don't want you focused on that. I don't want you focus. I want you focus on your neighbor, not my neighbor. I want you focus on your neighbor. Oh, they look different than you. They speak Spanish. They might be a cartel member. I need you focused on that. That's the trick bag, man. That is the trick bag. While we over here making money, and making deals and but like I said with Trump, it's like, yo, I'm creating generational wealth. He can't. I think he came in with a mindset like we finna get paid. I'm finna get paid, and guess what? These people are going to buy because if they put my ass back in office, they as gullible as I thought they were. Like I told you about that damn jet. I said, "Right, you gonna keep that shit?" You're like, no. I told you.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious of what they're gonna do, because everything comes to a head, right? Everything comes to a head. Whether it's gonna be mass protests, anarchy, whatever, things gonna come to the head. And ain't no more dangerous than a mug that was in a cult, that realized they was in a cult, and
they're in a cult, and they don't even listen.
Not yet.
They've been
some.
You talking about brainwashing, man?
Drum. Some look. They got a website for the people that was in the cult, right?
Yeah.
That it's no longer in the cult. I think it's called. Keep her in the chat. I think she saw the website. And basically, this mug told the guy, they actually literally have a support group behind this. They were megas and they realized that they were in a cult, right? So they'd have like a 9-100, like a 1-800 number where they can go. And basically the dude said it took him a year to deprogram. He said everything that he thought he was right, come to find out it was wrong. And when you look at these people that go out there and they do this mass killings or do certain things like with the Charlie Kirk and all of this crazy stuff, or even the stuff that happened with Trump, which I thought was staged. But some of those people are the same people that was in it. They just realized that they've been duped. When you lose everything and you have nothing, and this guy sitting up, it used to be like that when we was growing up in churches. Remember growing up in the church, you see the preacher and the preacher kids, they had on the Nike shoes, they had on the nice gear, and you in the church poor, you know, with your penny loafers on and shit, the shit that you done got from Payless, and your family driving in a beat up car, the pastor's driving in a nice Lincoln and all of that. That was the thing. And then you realize this is a hustle. And you get infuriated. You say, I don't fuck with the church no more. I'm leaving that shit alone. These people ain't right. You know, the church is a cult. Whether people believe it or not, church is a cult. See what I'm saying? So we want to be accepted, and we look for different places to be accepted in. And people play on that. But we have that cult behavior. I mean, you see that Drewski video, when he's played on how the churches is now. Look at all these churches. You think they really spreading the word of God? Nah, it's a cult. So I think what the Republicans realize is that people want to follow. It's a shame. It's sad, but people follow. But you don't have that. Leaders get taken out.
You know why people like to follow? It's the same. Like people feel comfortable being led. People are comfortable being sheep. You know, it makes them feel good when it's a shepherd, because then that abdicates responsibility. You understand what I'm saying? That abdicates responsibility. Like even these MAGA folks, like y'all don't even, you know, the MAGA's like, yo, Trump hustled us. Man, the hustle's been going on way longer than before Trump even got in office. Because they've been selling you the American dream for damn near a century and a half. You know, picket fence, the apple pie, the two kids, and you know, dad works a job and mom's a housewife. They've been selling the dream. Yeah,
the American dream was a car. Was just, what was it? A car and a house. That was the American dream.
Yeah,
a car and a house, and you made it. You made it.
Exasperated it to it. You know, he's a little bit extreme with it. But listen, they're not switching up. They don't even realize the people that you put in office is part of the game too. They getting rich and getting paid. You know how much insider trading goes on Capitol Hill? Yeah. All them cats. Listen, all them cats is paid.
I think human nature is the human nature, like
you want to be led.
Yeah, but also when you get power, see, like I always say that what would you do if you had $1 million, right? Or what would you do if you had power, right? I believe a lot of people, they say one thing, but when they get it, it's another, because you got power. You don't want to give that power up.
Responsibility.
It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like how I feel sometimes when I look at LeBron. Like, he's been a prodigy since he was 16 years old, right? And he don't really want to let it go because of the fame, what comes with it, to be able to do this and that. And some people don't even know how life going to be after that. So so when these people come in office and they do 3-4 years, right? And they got all these people coming up and they speaking at these events and all of this good stuff going on for them. that they accumulate that power and they don't want to say, you know what, it's time for someone else to lead. I
Why
did
would
my
I?
part. I did
Why
my civil.
would I?
Exactly. Exactly. So that's human nature. So whereas though I'm upset and I'm furious about how stuff is being done, I kind of understand it. I think,
It's the game. It's the game.
yeah,
You know, it's
yeah,
just, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Let's go back to like talking about like the church. You even look at the Bible and just use it like different points in the Bible, like the stories you see. You know, the slaves needed Moses. You know,
Hmm.
we need somebody that is a figurehead. You know, Jesus is he's the leader. John the Baptist, you're the leader. Like, and
Hmm.
for people, it makes them feel comfortable when I have to advocate that. Now, when people get in power and understand, oh man, it's a lot I can take advantage of, and a lot that
Hmm.
benefits me, I don't want to give it up.
And that's why capitalism doesn't work. That's why capitalism doesn't work. Most of these billionaires, what do you do with the money you have? You don't want to pay your fair share. You know, the more money you accumulate, the less it is for someone else to become
Yeah.
rich and empowered, right?
I'm working the
So
system. I'm working the system though. This is how the
the
system.
same,
The rich have always gotten richer. This is how this
this,
is. It goes back.
so
Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you.
right.
I'm
Hmm.
with
Yeah, we did. We saying it. Yeah, we
you.
did. Yeah,
I'm with you. And I don't blame them for taking advantage of how the system is set. This is the game.
right, right.
If they're gonna give me tax breaks, listen. If they gave the average Joe tax breaks, we're gonna take them.
Well, here's what I would say. I think that's not the problem, right? I think the problem is what they're doing to get it, right? So I think that like the underhanded, the unlawful shit that they're doing to get that tax break, right? If you let the system work itself and you say, okay, we giving it based on this, I think everybody is fine. I think that the problem is how they want you to abide by the law, right? But they don't want to abide by the law. So what they're saying is because I have this much money, that the laws that apply to you don't apply to me.
That's
So
facts. That's facts though. I mean, look at all the people that
mm,
the Trump is pardoning. I want to say I saw a figure. He's pardoning people who owe money, who restitution fees and all that kind. We're talking about $1.9 trillion of pardons that are wiped off the books. Like if you got money, listen, money is
mhm,
a necessary evil.
mhm.
And the more you have, the more access it gives to certain things and certain privileges. And that's just it's the game. I mean, that's how life is kind of set up, and you got to
Mhm.
learn to navigate within. Like you can have these like let's say the MAGA code people. You can wake your eyes up to that hustle, but it's a whole nother hustle. It's
Yes,
multiple hustles going on, but
it's a big, it's a bigger hustle.
like
Yeah.
like we're about to have pretty much like state monitoring with Palantir getting access to a lot of our information, like, but that's not making the news like that. It's dude, it's it's the game, man. This is the game, and Trump is playing his role. That's why I call it a reality show. He wakes up, he understands I'm the lead actor on this show. For those who watch like Housewives, he's Nene Leaks. I'm going to be the one to set the tone. Meanwhile, the hustles and the scams and the grifts and the money grab is going on. And guess what? Even if you take notice of it, what you going to do about it? Not a goddamn thing. Not a god.
Um,
Go back to we was talking about the plane when that situation happened. I told her, I said he gonna be able to keep that. He's like, nah, they ain't gonna let him do it. I was like, yeah, they gonna let him do it. They
I
gonna let him
think
do it.
I think what Trump did do though, I
Mhm.
think he exposed how fragile white heterosexual men are and how white nationalists are. And I think that they don't realize what makes America is the melting pot of all diversities, right? And I think that once people really wake up to something that we've been saying for decades, like, yo, this is really what it's about. But see,
It'll never happen.
sometimes it has to happen. Sometimes it has to happen to those type of people before they
It'll never
really
happen.
get it, before it click.
It'll never
I think
happen.
it's happening.
No,
I think
I'm
it's
gonna tell
happening
you
as
why.
we speak.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't believe it's ever gonna happen. And what's going on, Joe? Somebody still crying. Bears deactivate, deactivate, deactivate. Okay, here's why I say it's never gonna happen. Because you don't look at it. Um, you don't like. Let's say the immigration thing. Trump said,
Hmm.
I'm going to get all the gang bangers and all that." And guess what? The Latino community overwhelmingly supported him more than they supported Kamala, despite,
Hmm.
like, maybe this is against our own self interest. Because what if it extends past? Didn't even have the foresight to say, what if it extends past? I'm going after the cartels and the criminals. What if he's just randomly snatching up people off of the streets? I don't think people that listen, Unc, I don't think people that smart. I don't think people that self-aware of what's going on around, and they
Right.
love that. They love it.
But see,
They
that's
never
because
suggest. They
that's
never
because
suggest.
but here's the thing. That's because of that saying, like, what you eat don't make me shit, right?
Yeah.
Right. But if you fart next to me, I can smell that shit. So it does affect me. Right. So I'm looking at a lot of those people, they don't care. Like, me and Keith always talk about it, 'cause I always tell Keith, people just don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't. That's the truth of the matter until it happens to them.
Exactly.
See, so when it started happening to them, then you got mothers coming up. He lied to me. Especially that one that was funny, the one that was always first. We went for Donald Trump. We went for
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
But yeah,
Then
because but
they
guess what?
lied to me.
And snatched up her
And
husband.
and
Like,
look, those type of people to me are
guess what?
very, very dangerous. They are
Because guess
very,
what?
very dangerous. Hmm.
If you did a vote again today, not to say that he would win the Latino vote, but you would still have some that would still of that community that would still vote for him because he makes them feel comfortable and whatever he it's just right now. For the life of me, I don't get it, but at the same
But
time, I understand it because people have been
yeah,
duped and programmed so for so long and it's so deeply ingrained in
right.
the culture. Like, dude has literally got people, ICE out here walking up on people asking for their freedom papers. I said this was going to happen. I think literally got
Hmm.
you walking around here, having to carry, identification and passport, like asking these folks for freedom papers. Guess what? Even if they have a vote today, you would still have about 20-30% of that same community be like, you know what? It ain't happened to me yet. I'm still cool with what he's talking about because it makes me feel good on the
So,
inside.
Doc, you know how I see that? You know how I see what you just said?
Yeah.
I see, so everybody that look like us ain't us, right? So when
Yeah.
they came here, they didn't come here on how we have always been here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're under the illusion of something completely different than what we and our ancestors experienced.
Mm-hmm.
That's most, not saying all people like that, but a lot of them. So a lot of them come from like and come from the position of privilege, whereas though they don't think that stuff applies to them either, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it when that woman when he took that woman life just recently, right, in Minnesota,
Mm-hmm.
that shook a lot of them.
It
That
upset.
shook the shit out of a lot of. I mean, they was on. I mean,
It's momentary. It's
no,
momentary, man. It's momentary.
right, right,
That's most of
but
the reaction because you
right,
feel like that's the
but it,
system hurting one of us. That's what you
but
feel like.
right, but it also planted the seed that, look here, motherfucker. If it happened to her, it can happen to you. It's just a
No.
matter of time.
Mm.
Because when they get rid of, if they, let's just say they got all the immigrants, right, and they did what they had to do, right, Who you think they going after next?
We're next.
No, I mean not even us, but who you think they're gonna go after the empathizer, the you know, they have a method of what they're trying to do, but I just don't think it's gonna work. Because I just really believe that it's more
But it's
people.
it's the game.
Yeah. Well,
It's
no,
the
don't get me
game.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. He robbing the shit out of America right now. Even in the crypto, yeah, even in the crypto, bruh. Even in it, look, even in that crypto realm, right? Muggs is upset because like I don't do leverage trading, but there's a lot of people that do the leverage trading, and they don't even really know how it go. But people put in for the long, people put in for the short. But once you put your money in, so if you had $1 million and you do a 20x, right? That's like 20 million they'll give you, right? Now, if you bet the long, and this motherfucker just came out and said he gonna throw the turfs, the market crashes. So you lose all the money that you put in. So if you was like a semi-millionaire and you got 500K 500K in the bank and you decided to, let me do some leverage trading with my 500K, right? To get that, to increase my profits. And this dude did that and you lost everything. One cat lost 37 million, man, killed himself. Killed himself because, literally killed himself because he crashed. Because it was a sure thing until dude opened his mouth out. Once he opened his mouth, so what I'm saying is the game in crypto is kind of dangerous if you do leverage trading. But also there's a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes that's where as though they're leaning into that digital realm. But you just got to know what stuff to buy into, like utility coins, or the fabric of the banking system and different stuff like that. It's certain things you might want to buy into because it becomes an asset. So while they're doing what they're doing to these people, to these countries, it also has an effect on the business world where they're actually raking in millions and millions of dollars, if not billions. So yeah, it's a method to the madness. It's shaking people out that had comfortable lives, that were doing very, very well. It's like they're robbing them for their money and pocketing their money because they get the insight. That's what Byron did. Yeah, man, it's a lot of shaky stuff going on, but it's all documented. The question is, if he get out of power, then what do you do about it? You can't let this ride.
They're gonna let it ride.
Elon Musk, I would take the subsidies that we give Elon Musk, I would take it. Oh, here's the thing I wanted to ask Dots. What you thought about this, right? Because I've been thinking about this. So the U.S. gives Israel billions and billions of dollars, right?
Monthly, yeah.
So when that money, so they give that money to Israel, right? Mm-hmm. But our congressmen receive money from Israel super PACs. So to me, it looks like they're laundering money. It looks like they're being duped because they're giving Israel money and Israel is giving them that money back.
Well, the money doesn't add up to what Israel gets. Yeah, you understand
right.
what I'm saying? Like, I say I give a Ted Cruz $1 million. I'm getting billions from his government monthly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what is $1 million? But that's pocket change.
Right, but
that's on the high end.
But here's what I'm saying. It's our own money that's swaying us to do favors for Israel. Because if we giving Israel this, you see what I'm saying? So it just
this is part. This is part of the trip back. I'm following.
Yeah,
I'm following.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, okay.
But you want?
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
You gotta pay to play in the world of politics.
Because I'm like, Israel giving y'all money to promote promote them or whatever it is that they, the lobby, the lobby is giving you the money that we gave them. Like
Yeah.
that's our own money. So why are you beholden to these motherfuckers when it's our own money that they're giving us back? Like it don't make
Well, I
sense.
mean,
But
no, but I got to protect my long term. Listen, I got to protect my long term investment, which is weird because you would think that Israel would be paying. You're paying for U.S. protection, U.S. resources. Because for those who don't know, Israel, the Iron Dome and all of that, all U.S. backed, all U.S. funded. They're a lot of the stuff they have over there, U.S. funded from the billions they get. Listen, but I need to keep selling you. I need your politicians to keep selling you, the American public, that you need to be backing us. You need to be supporting us because Iran is evil.
okay, look,
Iran's got to like it's part of the trick. It's part of
but
the trick back. But how do you accomplish that? I got to grease some palms. My lobbyists. I need these super PACs. Campaign money.
okay,
I need
okay.
grease
So
some
Israel,
palms. Go ahead.
that's just crazy to me because it's like Israel. You get free healthcare countries,
Yeah. Free healthcare. I want to say free education.
Greenland, free education, free that people want to really be an American. People that know. What
No.
Greenland say, we good, we good, we good. We don't we don't want.
Yeah.
But what's crazy, they have 14%. They have 14% that agree with this shit. And it's like those 14, y'all need to put them motherfuckers in a mental hospital or something before they become a cancer to your fucking country. Because there's no way in the world I'm gonna agree with someone to come in and take over my motherfucking house while I'm sitting there and tell me how to run my own house.
But you listen, him coming out publicly. They've been trying to. I want to say they've been trying to like cozy up and talk about Greenland way before Trump kind of got in office. It's but it's
His first term, no, his first term, his first
yeah,
term,
yeah.
his first term,
But
he was
even
talking about Greenland and Canada. Yeah,
even before that, just listen. We got to sell you on apple pie and picket fences. It's part of
but
this. And some clowns. Listen, some clowns. I know you. I
I
know you
get
don't
you.
want to say it. I'll say it. People are stupid. No matter how you want to cut it, people are stupid. Not everybody, but it's people that are
Yeah.
stupid that have bought wholeheartedly into the fantasy that they have been selling from day one. They've been selling it from day one. And for the people that kind of came in, hey, Divine Joe and all that kind of stuff, deactivate. It's part of the game, man. This is the trick bag. But the more you know, it's like the more you know and the more you pay attention to, you see it for what it is. You see it for what it
That's
is.
why I always use, drama. That's why when I first came to the sector, into that space, I was always advocating to travel, right, to go to different places, right,
Yeah.
because when you start traveling outside of America, it seemed like it opens up a part of the brain, right? Like it gives you it lets you get a different perspective of what's really going on and how people live. Because if you let the media in our country say certain things, you miss what's really like some places in each country has its down, just like America. If you go certain parts of the states in America, it's like shit town, right? And you have that all through the world. And you go to some places in America, it's beautiful. Same way in some of these other countries.
Different. You and I both know, man.
Yeah.
Poverty in other countries, in a lot of other countries, looks way different than poverty here.
True, but poverty is poverty.
Poverty is poverty,
I,
but it opens your eyes. If you for those that I know most of my people in the chat travel. When you travel, and people who have never traveled outside of the country have this false image that everybody is like living in apartments and homes, and their
right.
apartments are like our apartments, and their way of living is our quality of living. They don't understand when and you're looking at it like, man, this is a poor part of town, and like, nah, this is one of the best places on the island, or this is one of the best places to live in the city. Like you don't understand what it's like until you've actually seen. I can tell you about it. I mean, like me and you can sit up here and talk about places we've been and stuff we've seen, but it's
Mhm.
different when you physically lay your eyes on it. And you're like, yo,
Mhm.
this is this is how you cats is living in aluminum siding, like huts,
Yeah.
like
But
this is real, like
but you know what? But those people are not like discouraged and stuff like they might live in poverty, but they're not suffering.
yeah. I
You get what
mean,
I'm saying?
that's their way. That's their quality of life. Like quality
Yeah,
of
yeah.
life.
That just they choose. Yeah, they. I guarantee this. They don't go hungry.
No,
You know, they don't do
yeah, exactly.
you know, a lot of stuff that will happen in the States wouldn't happen in those other places, right? Because it's just the structure. And some people choose to be in that environment, right?
Yeah,
They comfortable within it. They happy with waking up and seeing each other and saying good morning or going next door to drink tea and coffee and to go out and herd or look for look for stuff to accumulate and sell or eat and yeah,
it's
yeah,
if you listen, I can talk about it. You can talk about it all day long, but until I think for some people, you know, visual learning goes a long way until you see it and you're like, whoa, this is crazy, and you learn to like if you see it enough, you travel enough, you like understand like it may not look like much to me, but it's
right.
everything to them, and I can respect that.
Right. Yeah, just like what Keeper and Joe was saying, like if you're looking at the homes,
Yeah,
certain stuff, a million to get you so much in somewhere else, but not only that, the stress level, the stresses that we have, it's not the stresses that they have, right? And the government, you know, they, yeah, we could go. It's interesting though because you see one thing, like you said, you see this. You go here and you see that, then you start thinking, like, I didn't know they had that in this part of Africa. Like you see them now with the dude with the high speed going to different parts of Africa, right? And
yeah.
how people just blown away. Some people are blown away by some of the stuff that they see.
Yeah,
That's why I want to go to Rwanda. Did you see the streets and the way the Rwanda city is?
no, I haven't
Oh
checked it
man,
out. I gotta check it out.
man. I gotta go. That's on my hit list so bad. But again, with this dude acting like he acting, a lot of people don't realize like the stuff that he do affects people even abroad. I
Yeah,
mean, they canceling people visas, the passports. Like before, we didn't necessarily have to pay to go in certain countries. Now it's a possibility that we might even be banned to go in certain countries, or not only banned, but also have to pay money to go into these countries. Where before we could just roll up, get a stamp, and go in. Some countries, like Kenya, I always pay when I went to Kenya. I always paid 50. It's like $50 that you pay going inside of Kenya, right? I mean, and just like Ethiopia, you pay. I think it was like $30 or $50, right?
mm,
Uh, and I mean that's just like, and you get your visa, stamped there. You just pay the fee. But now, like if you're trying to go to Liberia, it's a process to go to Liberia, and they want like over $100 to go in there. You see what I'm saying? Like, so, but by him
that's not
talking shit
bad.
about these countries, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That was then, but now that he's done what he's doing, prices is rising. People saying, no, we don't even want you
Well,
coming.
who does that affect? People like me, you, and people in
Right, right.
travel.
People that, but actually
People who
people that's
don't.
living abroad too. Yeah, people that's actually living abroad too. Because see, what a lot of people don't realize is you have a lot of Americans living abroad, still hold the American status, but they live abroad. They live a happy life abroad.
No, no,
A lot
no,
of people
no.
don't realize that.
Yeah, a lot of them. Listen, they're not aware. Come on now. Listen,
Hmm.
the, the, the,
Yeah,
the talk is different when you don't know, you don't know. You think
Mm-hmm.
when he says Somalia, you thinking there's no Americans living there. When he says Liberia, you think
Mm-hmm.
no Americans living there. But in your simple, because you've never been exposed to it.
Mm-hmm.
You never. Come on, man. They don't get it. You would think if you ask them, Puerto Rico is a foreign country, not
Mm-hmm.
the president of Puerto Rico. Who the hell is that? Like,
But that goes to the point. That's how simple and stupid minded that, and that's why I said he exposed him being president exposes everything people need to know about a certain race of people. Whereas though they thought that these people were very smart and knew and know how the world works. In actuality,
they don't even know
they're
him.
the most dumb. They're the most dumbest people that you can. It's like this, even on the jobs. Remember, we do the bulk, right? We know what the hell going on, but they hire somebody that don't know shit just because of the color of his skin or her skin. So we
Nah.
gonna hire them, but you gonna do all the work. So when it's time to when it's time for the big wigs to come around and say, okay, yeah, well, oh yeah, your place look nice and this and this and that, they get all the kudos, but they don't know how to run it. So it's that slave mentality, just like when if you looked at those slave movies, when you had the people out there doing the bulk of the work, and the motherfucker with the little chain, whatever the fuck they had, the little overseer, don't know shit about what they looking at. But hey, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. You get what I'm saying? Like it's
But
it's just another form.
some people love attaboys. Huh?
Yeah.
Some people don't mind getting the attaboys. Some people are put into positions because they're just put into positions for face value. I get what you're saying.
Bruh,
I get what you're saying. I'm following.
I just didn't know how dumb. Like I said, I'm an empathetic type person. So just seeing how dumb people is, I just hate people to take advantage of dumb people. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like,
No,
like
I
damn.
don't like it either, man. But it's like, it's nothing like for me. It's like it's nothing I can say. It's really
Yeah.
nothing I can do to you. For you have to come to a point of self-realization on your own.
That like-minded people.
you got to.
You surround yourself with like-minded people. I've met a couple of brothers because I'm a noble too. So I've met a couple of nobles out here, and we sit there, we'll have conversations like me and you having right now, and we might not see each other that much, but just like me and you, we don't see each other that much, but when we get on, we kick it, right?
Yeah.
And we just talk about stuff that's really in the mind that just be on our conscience and on our hearts,
Bullshit.
right? And because right now it's a lot of toxic behavior that's out there that's just running amok through the world right now. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we just do a showdown. Hey, Dots, just like the thing with China. Everybody keep talking about China. They don't know how well off China really is. They keep talking about it. China was like something like 20, 30 years ago. Oh, we getting the oil because we don't want China to get the oil. China, if people look up China, China is well diverse in all types of
But what have they been told?
devices.
What have they been told?
Yeah, like
What have they been told? You've been told
China don't need the oil,
No,
bro. I showed Keeper a car one time. Me and Keeper was talking. I said, Keeper, check this out. She looked at that. She said that junk bad, but it was against the Bentley, I think it was. Like, but the car was a China version of kind of like the Bentley.
I think
Damn near half the price of a Bentley. Had more shit in it than the Bentley. I'm talking about the shit was decked out for like about what 70,000 or 60,000, where a Bentley or whatever they were showing against it was like 100K, almost 200K. It's like people don't realize that if people wasn't so greedy and so manipulative and stuff like that, America could be the country of innovation, but China is the country of innovation, whether they want to admit it or not.
Well,
See, China think a lot of that shit's supposed to be free anyway. Whereas though people keep thinking when we get AI and this and this and that, first of all, everybody gonna lose their jobs. What they really doing though, to me, is they're trying to create these robots and stuff like that because they want to grasp and have control over the people. See, right now, people it's at a point where people do have power. They want to strip that power. But think about it. If you lose your job, if the 1,000, 2,000 people you lose their job, how do they survive? They go look for other jobs, which means they go back into the pool. And there's not enough jobs for everybody in the fucking country. Period. It never was. So it's just logical shit.
I will say this. They don't want to get rid of too many workers, because then you have too, see, in this, people stop looking left and right, and they start looking at the have and have nots. We don't want that to happen on a large scale. Like we don't want that to happen. A plant here closes, a chicken farm here closes, whatever. We want that if we can get away with it, but we don't want mass. Because last thing, you can't say, well, you're Republican, I'm Democrat. No, you don't have, I don't have. So I'm not interested in what you got going on, because I need to have something. So who I'm looking at now? I'm looking up. We don't
Exactly. That exactly, and that's why I think they're trying to push this AI stuff now. I mean, do you know how much water it takes to run a AI plant? Like
it's been a push against
like the energy, the energy that it takes to run like, people don't realize the dangers of trying to even run in this type of system.
But you see where they're trying to put it at. They're really not trying to push for them in major cities. They really want to push them data centers in like rural America. For those who don't travel, most of the country is rural any goddamn way. Let's keep it country towns. It don't matter what, north, south, east, west. It's more open land than like major cities in America. Most of America is rural. I'm just keeping a book. Those who travel know what the fuck I'm talking about. They're not really trying to place them in major cities like that. That's why you see a push for them to be in like smaller locations, smaller cities, and those states and stuff like that. So the hope is they're not educated enough, they're not organized enough to stop us from getting it, because we're gonna come in and wave some money and tell you it's gonna bring this amount of income to you, and Joe Blow, local mayor, politician, city council, we'll drop $30,000 into your campaign fund. Maybe give you a little something on the side so you can get you a boat or a lake house, depending on what we trying to get done. Listen, this is part of the trick bag, man. Politics is about money. You ain't got no money. We only care about your vote when it's time for you to hit the ballot. Outside of that, we're not consulting with you. Listen, they consult with big business. They consult with the money when it's time to make major decisions for that city, that state, that country. We only consult with them.
Well, big businesses, they leaving. They leaving. They tucking tail and running. They hinging all their bets on this AI shit, but everything else they running. They going to other. They can go to other countries and make money, make profit. I think they done sucked America dry. I think they got him in there just to get the last little bit of crumbs, and then just to blame him on top of that too, because I think the system was already fragile, even under Joe Biden. Everything was fragile.
The game's been rigged since the inception, even before that.
So what do you think should happen?
What do I think should happen?
Yeah. What do you think that should happen, could happen, and what do you actually think going to happen?
Okay, well,
Should, hood, could. Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna get the easy one out of the way. What's going to happen? Business as usual. What should happen? A lot of. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Uh,
damn.
I mean, because that's the easy one. It's going to be business as usual. People don't like change. And they're once you've grown comfortable with the status quo, and
Hmm.
God forbid you don't want somebody to come around and shake that up. No, I mean, look how much the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare, how much that shook up. Shook up people. Oh, geez, how dare you offer some kind of healthcare system? It ain't universal, but I mean, we were offering you something. Um, how much they hate that, and these folks is damn using the stuff. But that's neither here nor there. Um, I'm just, I mean, we don't like people on Snap. Most, half white
Hmm.
America, all this shit. But okay, like I said, people are dumb. I don't fight it. What should happen? I mean, you talking about reallocation of, of money, and that's what money is the power. You know, the haves have not seen a dip in nothing. Meanwhile, the Joe Blow, your average, your cost of living, in your wage increase is not matched your cost of living. It's not. That's why housing is so unaffordable for a lot of people now. You know,
Hmm.
that's what should happen. Reallocation of a lot of funds, a lot of those tax breaks that billionaires and those top tier millionaires get rid of, reallocate the funds and really use what the taxpayers are paying for. Um,
Hmm.
I think you ought to cut off some foreign aid. I don't understand how let's say for example Israel, like why are they getting billions a month and have been getting that for the longest. Um, what are we subsidizing their quality of life for? For
Because they supposed to be the chosen one. Israel's supposed to be the chosen. Supposed to be the chosen, but you know, they not even the real Israelites and all that stuff anyway. But here that's neither here nor there. But I'm listening.
I
But
mean,
that's their
that's
philosophy.
what
You
should,
know,
like I
like
said, yeah,
yeah.
reallocation of finances. That's what should happen. What
Mm,
could happen?
mm,
Maybe throw a bone here, there. Maybe change tax code. Could, but I'm leaning towards the third one. Like it's gonna be business as usual. I mean, they're the people that make the policy and make the rules. What motivation do they have to change it? We're benefiting off of it. So what is my motivation? Oh, Anki and Drama are upset about it. Okay, cool. I can live with that. Um, what is my motivation to
mm,
change it? I'm benefiting. So what do I care if for me to get another couple $100,000 or me to get some more insider trading info to make myself increase my portfolio? Um, what do
mm,
I care? What do I care that we're gonna cut off SNAP or we're gonna stop federal funds? I mean, meaning money that you pay. They're not creating this shit for themselves. There's no federal business. They're telling you we're not going to send your tax money because your governor or your mayor is a Democrat, and you cool with that? Whether you voted for a Democrat or not, like that's your money.
mm.
That's how they play. This is how this dude is playing in your face. Like we gonna stop funding to going here. We're gonna cut off this. We're gonna cut off FEMA. Like, dude, that's your goddamn money. You paid into that. I mean, it's like
So
paying for food at a cookout and the orange man telling you can't get a plate. No, no, but they're like, okay, well, cool. I'm gonna go hungry. Huh? How does that work? Like, no, okay, well, shit. This grill about to get flipped. And ain't nobody eating. I kicked in. You mean to tell me I can't get a plate? and I kicked in more than the dude sitting over there with two to go plates. And you mean tell me I can't get a plate? Oh no, we're not doing that. And that's how the rich and the powerful look. I put in less than you, and guess what? I'm getting more than you. That's how the system is designed.
But see, I think the people allowed these people to become rich. They bought into their systems and they bought into a lot of stuff because they didn't know no better.
No, they look at it as, that too. But it is
you see
for some weird reason they think it's a sense of pride for them. Like I don't get a kick out of
so when is enough though? Because see, it's funny how he keep fucking talking about Greenland, and some of these people, they so upset about him keep talking about Greenland and our allies because they already know that because see, in some people's eyes, they think they got the biggest stick, so they the baddest mofo around. And you're not the baddest mofo around because you have the biggest stick. You're the baddest mofo around because of the people that surround you, right? The people that will help you out in case your ass get whipped. So in this aspect of what I think is going on, or what I see, is that his little group in the White House think because we got the baddest army, the biggest army, that we can do whatever we want to do. And there's a group of people, right? But there's also a group of people that think like, let's say like me and you, like, no, that ain't why we've been successful as how long we've been successful for. It's because of our relationships with certain people, right? Mm-hmm. So like your relationship with Canada, and your relationship with the EU and stuff like that. So eventually there's going to be some headbutt, which I think is already starting to happen. So my thing is either you burn it all down or one group is going to prevail. And I just believe that group that's going to prevail is not that group that he with right now. I don't know. It's just interesting. A lot of stuff is kind of interesting to me because I'm seeing all different angles or seeing different, I'm looking at different perspectives. I'm trying to look at different angles on how it can go, what should go eventually. Because, for example, ISIS, there's a lot of ICE agents that were Proud Boys that was in that insurrection.
I know.
A file came out on that. So, so how do you, right? You get what I'm saying? Like.
But he listen.
I think the Democrats.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Go ahead. Democrats what? Democrats are playing this dangerous game, which I think a lot of them are going to get primaried out and it's going to go far left. But they're playing this game. It's almost like I feel like they're saying, hey, y'all voted for this. See what y'all get. See, this is what you get versus voting for us. So we don't, because the Democrats gave up the playbook where they campaign in 50 states, right? All 50 states. Yeah. They just focused on certain things, right? And I think that was a mistake. I think that they should have campaigned in all 50 states. But, I think that the infighting, because just because you're Democrat don't mean that you're not a racist, right? I think that it's going to go far left. That's the image, though. That's the
I think
when you think racist, if you had a time to a political party, most people would think Republican. But that's part of the trick bag too. That's part of the trick bag too. Like your first thought is not Democrat. Your first thought is MAGA Republican. When you see one of these Karens or one of these people involved in that racial activity, you think Republican.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been conditioned.
I'm very intrigued, though. Even though, like I said, I don't like him. I just feel like that so many people are self-centered and only focus on what they have or what they can keep, that I think a lot of people don't even care about their grandkids great grandkids. I don't think a lot of people care about their future
Why?
and what this can implicate.
Why? Because they
I
want to
just
keep you
I
in the
think people,
now.
yeah, I think people just so much focus on the now than the future. I'm not saying all people. I don't think all people. I think there's a lot of groups of people out there that think like me. You know, I worry about my great nieces and my great nieces, kids, and I
But the
think about all that stuff.
majority are so wrapped up. But this is what's happens with a lot of quote unquote the have-nots. You're not afforded the opportunity for some people. You're not really afforded the
Hmm.
opportunity to be looking for the future, and we're talking about generations down the line. You're so focused on the now. Where's my next meal coming from? Where am I going to live? Like, I'm stuck in the now, and I don't have the luxury to, or even the time to be afforded to think about, the nieces and nephews and what this country is going to look like in 20 years. Like, goddamn it, I'm trying to make it to the end of the month.
And I think that's where everything is going to boil over to. Like, whereas though people, it's going to be a massive uprising.
You got to
I
have
think,
massive. Oh, you
yeah, I
really
think
think
there
you're
would
gonna
be.
get? No, I know
Hmm?
you think it. I don't, dude. To you
Bruh,
talking
if
about
look,
massive?
if we all scrambling for crumbs, right?
It ain't enough of us.
It's hmm?
It ain't enough of us. Because you listen, you got people that are getting crumbs but don't want to rock the boat because they're happy with the crumbs that they get.
That's true. That is true. That is
You
very
know,
true.
like I
That's
get where
very
you're
true.
going. Like, if it ever got to the point, and this is all hypothetical here, if it ever got to the point where we had an overwhelming majority of have-nots, because there's a lot of people that don't have, that don't realize that they don't have. Like, I'm good. I'm getting by. This is enough for now, and
Yeah.
I'm cool. Like, if we ever got to the point where we're talking about unemployment rate is through the roof, and people, like I said, it'll get to the point you're not gonna be looking left or right. You can be like looking up because that person don't have. So whatever your political views are no interest to me because you don't have shit either. Because I can't even be focused on you. I'm gonna be looking for who's in the big house on the hill. That's when you'll have change, but it's gonna have to be on such a level. So I mean, you're talking about damn near complete collapse of a lot of stuff. Book of Eli, kind of like that, kind of that kind of scale keeper, to where you know we're talking about on a whole. I don't think this country is even ready for something like even prepared for something like that on that level to happen, to where political parties, all of that stuff that they complain about and gripe about, all that goes out the window. Now I got to find a way to get my basic needs, and I got to go to you to go get it, and I'm going to get it. And no matter how much you say it was the Democrats, I don't care, because they don't them folks that you told me to be mad at, they don't have it. Oh, it was the Republicans, they
Right.
don't have it. But you got
Right.
money. You got money. You got a loaf of bread. I need that.
And so you don't think that before it get to that they will, uh, for
They'll have
example, you know how I looked at slavery when they said, "Old boy free the slaves" and all that stuff, right?
yeah.
I looked at it more so like he didn't have no choice, because when people started communicating and started coming up with strategies, because either you're gonna give me my freedom or I'm gonna eventually take my freedom. Like, I think like the Django's, yeah, they existed, but they was getting killed too. They were gonna get killed too. I just think that it's gonna come a time where either you're gonna give us universal health care and do A, B, C, D, or we gonna find a way to take it.
I mean, but you know what? I just thought about this. I just thought about this. 1804.
Mm-hmm.
1804. what it looks like when the people that are being held down has said we've had enough, and
Mm-hmm.
we're going to take it now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I look at, and I think that is an example. I'm not gonna say it's a great example, but it's an example of what it looks like when people say, you know what, we're tired of this, whatever this is, slavery or being,
Mm-hmm.
being underpaid and all of that kind of stuff. When people get tired on a mass level like that, you know what, we tired of that. We taking it back. We taking over,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't give a damn how you feel about it. We don't give a damn who get hurt in the process. We're tired.
Right. And
When you get
before and with business people, before they burn it, before see, they want to control it, right? They want to control when that time is. But when the people have enough
brother
and
Sunday,
they can't.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
uh,
sorry for cutting you off. I'm sorry. Go
no, no,
ahead,
no, no,
brother.
no. It's just I see it. I just see different versions of how things can really go, because eventually when we find out it's us against them. Remember the Purge? Remember the movie The Purge?
Yeah.
When those people, those and them people started going to those rich people houses. See, it was okay until I think what was the third purge or the fourth? How many is it? There was one where the mothers went up to that rich area.
Yeah.
Rich people have their things too, because they go at each other. Rich people go at each other too, but it was less of them and then more of the hood. And then they had to try to come up with a system to have the government go in the hood and kill everybody in the hood to protect the what you call. So I just think that there are checks and balances. I think we in uncharted territory. We can go off of history, and certain things that happened in the past, and
Well, the COVID era, like
hope that we don't. Yeah.
yeah, brother of a certain age. I'm sorry, brother of a certain age brought that up. As far as like COVID, like that was a culture shock for a lot of people. Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. I like,
And that actually fucked people up of how we depended on other countries, like how much stuff that we were actually getting from other countries.
yeah.
That shook a lot of people up, like, yo, because I remember I was trying to get my mom some Lysol, right? And I went on Amazon.
That was a hot
That
commodity.
$3
That was a hot
that $3
commodity.
can, was a $103 I know
Okay, hold on, Anki Borgen. Hold on, your Borgen.
no 5.
Hold on. Okay,
Sorry.
hold on.
I went from 4G.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
back in the good part of the mansion.
Yeah. Oh no, it's like I'm down to 4G. I have 5G, but 4G plus now. Am I still bargaining?
No, you good. You good now, man. You're in the good part of the room or the mansion.
Yeah. No, I was saying, remember, because like that 5 can, right? $5 can, they wanted 100, and I'm like, Mom. She said, well, how much it costs? I said, Mom, I said, it's like $100 dollars, man. I can't pay no $100 for a can of Lysol when I've seen this shit for $5 or $6. My whole, and so yeah. I don't know, man. I think another crisis gonna.
It has to be long. It would have to be extended. And I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
like, I look at for those who ain't paying attention, it might be another government shutdown at the end of the month. You're talking about in 10 days' time, we're gonna find out who's standing on what. Another
Cause see,
government.
it's all types of millionaires and all different sides of the aisles. So this tech I think I think that this AI, I think it's going to crash. I think we
I'm
moving
just
too
seeing that.
fast.
Well, here's and I'm not one for limiting technology, but the way you see, AI being used to a degree, it's like no real control over it. Like I've seen, like I'd be on like the Twitter and stuff, and you got people being mad at like Grok AI because like people will post up a picture like of them in their let's say just them in regular clothes, and some clown will go Grok, give me this picture with the chick in a bikini and the guy wearing a whatever. And
Yeah.
AI, there's no restraint on it. Like, and you had a couple celebrities like, kind of like have issue with Grok, kind of doing like it's dude is weird. They're like they don't understand like you're giving people this technology, now and people are using it in ways that you never even thought possible. Like, for you, it's like this is progress. This is the next big thing. But like Grok, listen, Grok is a fool on Twitter. It is a fool on Twitter. Like this is Beyonce on stage, and somebody will be in the comment, Grok, give me this, and
So, so the funny thing with Twitter is
uh,
when Elon Musk took control of it, I deleted my Twitter, right?
I keep mine.
And
And that's just for
yeah,
news
eventually,
purposes. Yeah, this is for news
yeah.
purposes.
So about 2 months ago, because I'm very interested in how this crypto thing gonna pan out, certain coins that is. So I had re-registered, and I just signed up to a lot of the different or I followed a lot of the different um, financial players in the game, far as in crypto, because I saw Bitcoin possibly could do something, but I think Bitcoin is the past, and I think now utility coins is the future, stuff that has actually is backed by something, like far as that has some value in the system.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people don't realize like the plumbing of the plumbing, like I equate it to like the like people see the water come out the faucet, right? But they
Mm-hmm.
don't see the piping and the intricacies of the stuff that's behind it, like how like what's moving this way, what's moving that way. All they see is the water coming out. So if something
Mm-hmm.
happens, they call the plumber to come and fix it, right? But they don't, because they don't know. So when I see this stuff that's shaking up in crypto, that's what I'm seeing with these coins, and how these systems backing like your
Mm-hmm.
visas, like all your new stuff, that's legacy is basically getting an upgrade. And
Okay.
so I'm following this stuff now because um I'm just seeing something, because I plan on having assets. I don't plan on uh doing what I did my first, you know, my first part of life, my you know, you know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah, I
plan
got
on
you.
looking in a whole different direction. I'm not going out there because when Bitcoin, I knew to get it, but I didn't do it. I knew to get it, but I didn't do it. All right, it's gonna take this time and take that time. And what people don't get is that some of these crises that this dude is creating, he's
Mm-hmm.
creating that to push to liquidate or push shit into that crypto atmosphere. Because people don't realize when Bitcoin really took that jump, it was during COVID. At the time, Bitcoin was like maybe $1,000, $2,000, something like that, and then it jumped to like 24,000 through the COVID thing. You see what I'm saying? It had this biggest spike during that crisis, and every time a crisis comes, people push their money and stuff into stuff like Bitcoin, and I forgot how they say it, but it's a pattern. It's something that they always doing. People that's in that financial thing, it's like their money, instead of keeping it because the dollar gets weak, instead of keeping it there, they put it in crypto or put it in, certain. They don't even do bonds that much no more because they don't it doesn't mature enough for the money that the people seeking. So yeah, so I can expect more chaos in this year than it was last year when dealing with this guy. I see a war coming. I see a war coming.
Maybe an armed conflict. I don't see the war.
Shit.
Listen, he's going to turn up. You heard it here first. Let the Republican parties get crushed in midterms. He's going to go scorched earth his last 2 years. He's going. You think he's crazy now? They lose the majority, and it's a possibility. Dude is going scorched earth because, like, at this point, what do you have to lose? I think that's
what's funny too.
He's aggressively stacking because he knows if you have the pushback from the Dems, a lot of the stuff that he's kind of gotten over with so far, as like the money grab, they gonna be like, nah, we not allowing that. Now that you have the majority now. That's why it's been a rush. Like you look at the deal that Jared Kushner's working out with, how they make Gaza a goddamn resort, basically. The deals they got going on with that, like, listen, he's going to continue the pace he's at now.
Go ahead. What's funny though. What's funny to me, because even you can apply to work, right? It's a microcosm of what's going on in even your own office. When certain people, like white Caucasian males, right? When they say certain shit, you know how people always like downplay it. Oh, you're just taking them. He said this, and then you just trying to hold it. You're not serious. But if the color say some stuff, they hold that to you. No, he said it, and you're gonna do it. This and this and that. So you better not do this. You better not vote for him because he gonna. But with them, they make all the excuses. Like he said, he gonna make Gaza. What they call? What they say? Trump Gaza or some crazy shit. Yeah, I believe it. I don't know why nobody else believes it. Oh, they can't do it. They can't do it. No, they doing it now.
No, you just don't. You didn't think it was possible, but then again, we're on to the next story. we're on.
Right.
Listen, today's cycle was what the letter to the Prime Minister of Norway. That was today's early cycle. Trust me, he changed his.
So now he messing with Norway.
No, he pretty much told him like, "Yo, reason why I'm fucking with Green because y'all cats didn't give me the damn Nobel Peace Prize." You haven't seen that.
But Norway doesn't. Norway doesn't even.
Dude. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I got it. I'll put it on screen for you. Yeah, that's like the news of the day. Let me see if I can pull it up. You got to see this shit. Okay.
And the Supreme Court should be ashamed of them. Supreme Court should be ashamed of themselves. I know something gonna come out. Something dirty gonna come out about that group.
Okay, hold on. Let me share my screen real quick. Y'all gotta see this shit. Like you gotta see this shit.
Damn.
Okay, hold on. The Prime Minister of Norway acknowledged the Trump letter is real. Let me see if I can make this bigger so y'all can see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's making it smaller. Okay, I'll basically see if I can. Okay, and you can find this on. Well, you can find it anywhere. No, but basically, this is Trump letter to the Prime Minister of Norway, basically saying, "Consider your country decided not to give me the Nobel Peace Prize for having stopped 8 wars plus. I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace, although it has always been predominant. It can now I'm trying to read this small because it's small as hell to me. But anyway, I'm basically saying, because you didn't give me the Nobel Peace Prize, I don't give a damn about peace. I don't, the world isn't secure until we have complete and total control of Greenland, and this has been confirmed by Norway's prime minister, which has nothing to do with Greenland, but this is his letter sent from the White
Yeah,
House.
that's what I'm about to say. What do? That's what I'm about to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like uh who
Dude, this is him. This is him. Listen. I'm the star of the show. Imagine sending this. This is an official White House thing.
and, and what's so messed up is we have an accountability problem in America, right? We don't want to take accountability for shit. I mean, it's ridiculous because when you listen to people talk, well, when he got dementia, he not right, he's sick, he this and that. Whatever happened to, okay, this is what this motherfucker said. Now, what has to be done based off of what he said? It's almost like it's like, and that's what pissed me off. It's like what he's also showing is that there's a lot of people in power that don't have no spine, no backbone, no nothing. Some of these people that's millionaires and billionaires that inherited shit, they weak as fuck. In actuality, they weak as fuck. Just because you're a millionaire don't mean you smart. Like Elon Musk. Elon Musk don't know shit. I don't know who even gave him like it's almost like how I feel is like that movie, like The Great White Hope. Well, and what's that the movie? Where they just put a motherfucker up there because he wanted him to be superior and be the cream of the crop. It's like that's what I feel like they did with Elon Musk. They just put him there as a figurehead to show this, and he's fucking dumb as fuck.
But
Elon Musk is stupid as hell.
that goes back to what I say on occasion right here. People are stupid. But if I give you, you think he's smart, why? Because he's got money. You think,
and then
Jeff Bezos
we get
because he's got money.
we giving him the money, like we're giving him the shit. We're subsidizing him. We're giving him the shit. He's only worth what we're giving him.
No, we're not. Because he's a great guy. He's so innovative, and look at what he's done. Listen, that's the seven.
Right.
And Keeper said something I didn't want to gloss over. Keeper, like Bill Gates owns most of the farmland in America. Okay, Mr. Microsoft owning farmland.
Yeah.
Part of the trick bag, man. Part of the trick bag.
Just because they know. Some people are visionaries. They know, just like before they used to talk about, like some stuff, if people just open their mind, they can see it. Wars are not going to always be fought boots on the ground, right? It's going to be fought through technology. It's going to be fought through hacking because you're trying to cripple.
It already is.
Exactly, and it's going to be it's going to be for viruses and shit like that and all types of stuff. But to me, Dots, that should be common sense to people. If you look outside the box.
No, they don't. See,
like
your expectations for people are too high, man. Your expectations.
No, it's not even. It's not even high. Look, let's look at the simple one. We talk about America first, right? Mm-hmm. We scream America first. We subsidize. We give subsidies to millionaires like a Elon Musk that's not even American. He's naturalized as the naturalized citizen, but Elon Musk is a South African. Mm-hmm. He got his citizenship to be in America. Mm-hmm. This dude does that sit high, whatever the shit salute he did, right? Mm-hmm. He should be banned from America. But instead,
why? Because he's speaking their language.
He's speaking certain people language, right? He's speaking certain people language, but he's not speaking.
Yeah, he's speaking the language.
Yeah,
He speak. Trust me. Like even with the
Eli, dumb as well.
like the third right quote
Okay.
that was on Christy Noam's podium. You know, they kind of tie that back to that Hitler. Listen, how ICE is moving like the Gestapo. Oh, they speaking the language.
Hey, but
It
they
may
weak
not.
as fuck.
You better get,
I guess
you
the
better get
problem I
more.
have is that they not as strong. I guess what I don't. I can't stand bullies, right? I hate bullies. I hate them with a passion. And when I see certain stuff, I'm like, okay, they know who to do it to. Like I was telling Keeper the other day, they don't go into when they was attacking certain black folks, they knew who to go at.
Oh yeah.
Drama. I took my shirt off, went outside because I saw the police. I saw the undercovers pick up a young boy and slammed him. Right? Just slammed him. So I said to myself, I'm gonna go out here, show my tattoos and stuff. I'm gonna see what they're gonna do and see what they say to me. The motherfuckers walk past me. So I know that they know where to go and who to target.
Listen,
right?
it's the reason why you look at the ICE presence. Let's say this go to this the ICE presence in Minnesota.
Right. That's where I was going at.
Yeah, you really able to get your shit off there because
exactly
you tried that shit in Cali in LA. It didn't go like that.
In Chicago, you tried it in Chicago.
You tried.
You only doing DC. You only doing DC because how DC is structured.
Yeah.
Because if you was really trying to do something, you'll go in and try to go in Maryland, or well, I think they try to go in Baltimore. Like where to go, and that in DC it's peaceful. The DC is not what the DC used to be 20, 30 years ago when I was growing up. Right? It's completely different. You got look, Drama. I went home a few years ago, right? You got motherfuckers running around jogging, no shirt, no nothing, white people jogging. So it ain't that bad if you got motherfuckers running around jogging and enjoying themselves. Then you try to claim it is right.
It's part of, like, you look at the stuff in Minnesota. For them, it serves the image also. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I think Minneapolis has a, let's say Minnesota? You think I don't think Minnesota has to me. I don't think, I may be wrong on this, but I don't think Minnesota has a larger immigrant population, more larger than Texas. But they not in the third ward. Used to try some dumb shit like this. Like, nah, we gonna take it to where that bully image you talk about, it works. The wolf tickets, it works.
And you notice. That's why I say these motherfuckers not stupid. They know what they doing. And you notice the people that he actually brought into DC and probably, where he trying to get them. He mostly got people down south that didn't know no better. Yeah. He drum up those that type of that part of the National Guard and stuff like that from the south. Yeah. See, that's why I said, because really what they want us to do, they want us to fight each other. That's the trick in the trick bag. If we go at each other, you get what I'm saying? They win.
Yeah.
That's why for me, the shit with the Black Panther stuff, I thought it was, I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do, but from my understanding,
I'm watching.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm doing. I'm watching. Yeah, I'm watching.
It's like organizations like they kind of rear their heads every now and then. So I'm kind of watching. Okay, see what you really really about, because it sounds good.
Because what I'm reading is that some people calling them the tether of the tether Black Panther, but from what I'm reading, that
They might be agents. I don't know. Like you just kind of, for me, like you guys kind of came out of nowhere. And a part of me when I see stuff like that, like groups emerge from nowhere. Like,
but let's be fair though. Let's be fair. Did they really emerge from nowhere, or was they always around, but people just wasn't covering them?
I don't even think it's covering them. It's like no matter what you say about how you feel about the NAACP, you know they're an organization that is currently doing whatever. Benjamin, it's like Benjamin Crump. You may not see him all the time, but you know he's out there. Like this,
Yeah, but again, people didn't really know about him until a major event happened, and then he actually exploded. So he's been around. Some people would want to say, "Oh, maybe he's an agent,"
Well, I mean, what he does is I'm a pretty much an ambulance chaser of a lawyer.
And now
nobody's looking at Benjamin Crump as like, yo, you an agent, you gonna sabotage us. Like, nah, we know you ambulance chaser. Somebody gets shot, somebody of the opposite complexion, Benjamin Crump is there.
Right.
Black Panther Party, like I'm kind of like a wait and see. Like I hear the sound bites, I see the videos.
Yeah.
Okay, now you gotta like.
He tripped me. Hey, he tripped me out when he said "power to the people." He's trying to give a history lesson on Huey Newton and all. He was trying to say like, so he's educated and he probably read the books on them and stuff like that. Okay.
What are you doing? I see you with the the guns, and we're not going to take.
Yeah.
Like this is your for me. This is like your introduction to like the masses now. Like okay, where you go from here? We're gonna be we're gonna restart the Black Panther. Which Wick came from the Black Panthers. We're gonna restart that program to help out with the the immigrant community, and we're gonna make sure that we patrol and make sure that they get to school safe and get to work. Like, what are you really doing? I'm waiting to kind of see. I need to see tangibles. Like, it sounds good. Black man with a gun and talking about ICE get off the block and power to the people.
And then I think people was assuming that because they said that they were Black Panthers that they was affiliated with the original Black Panthers. Yeah. So something came out. There was a article that came out explaining like they're not they're not affiliated with the original Black Panthers. Like, so they might call themselves Black Panthers, and they might but they're not affiliated.
Research, but most people are not.
Yeah.
You say Black Panthers. They kind of tied, like I said, tying the name to the original organization. But that takes, like I said, for me, wait and see. When we do a little more research, we look into who you guys really are. Not to say I don't like what you're saying, but
But you know what? I feel like this. Are you really willing to die for your shit? And see that. Okay. Stop listening to some of this music because it didn't come off genuine and like you really willing to die for your shit. You know what I mean? So if I'm gonna be around someone, like I can't be around one that's gonna talk. You gotta walk the walk. You gotta be willing to die. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like a lot of people ain't willing to die. They'll talk a good game because I thought when he said he'll put a hole in the ice know better not to come at him, right? I thought that was like, you sure you really to die for it? Because from where I'm from, from where I'm from, we don't talk, we don't say they better not. No, we more so under the impression like, no, you come in my face and you see what you get. Like it ain't no talking. Yeah. He talking about. I thought when I heard it, I was like, dude, I was like, man, he fucked me up with that one. Like that really really, like I said, man, I was like, dude, we don't. Somebody's
been watching.
Yeah. I was like, he said he gonna put a hole in him the size of a I'm like, and then he talking about the aggression, like,
It sounds good. But like I said, it sounds good. Now, what are you actually doing? Like,
They just don't.
I'm waiting for that part.
I
I'm
mean,
waiting.
he then when he said he feed hundreds of people, if not 1,000 in the community, he do this. I'm like, yeah, all that's good talk, right? But again, where I'm from, we just never broadcast that stuff. People found out, you know what I'm saying, and they put it in the paper because they found out about it. But
Mhm.
to talk about what we did is something that we don't do. Even for example, when I became a 30 second Scottish Rite Mason, right?
Uh-huh.
When we would go out into the communities,
Hold on for a second.
we
Hold on for a second.
yeah.
Get sidetracked. Keeper, I'll wring the hell out of a chicken's neck. I've done it before. Okay, go ahead.
so we never like I never broadcast what we did, right? If you wanted to know about masonry, right? If you had I would give you a broad description of it because people will always have a negative thing to say about it. In any organization, you got people that come and join it for the wrong reasons, right?
Mhm.
So I would never be like, oh, we do this, we do that, we do this. I would be more so, look, I'm gonna invite you to an event that we hosting or we doing like a sickle cell, like a sick we do stuff to raise money for sickle cell research and stuff like that. So I
Mhm.
would just say, hey, look, I'm gonna invite you to this thing we're gonna have next Saturday. But I wouldn't be like, oh no, yeah, we do this, we do that, because I thought that boasting was just a negative trait. You know, like I didn't think boasting was a positive thing. I thought it was negative, you know, because it just so when I see these people and then maybe we just old school and maybe this just new school that grew up with tablets and shit, maybe they just see it differently, you know. So I can't really knock them, but I
It
just
might
thought it was
be.
cheesy. I
Yeah.
thought it was cheesy when he said, I put a hole in him in the side. No, just like, okay, I'll give you another example. People thought that what that dude named Anton got the best of Corey Holcomb, right?
Yeah.
But where I'm from, when a motherfucker sit in your face and say that again, that tells me everything I need to know. Because if Anton was really about it, he would have said it again, and I guarantee you, Corey Holcomb would have knocked his fucking head off.
Well, you know
When
what?
he told that motherfucker,
Hold on. I gotta pause you there. I gotta pause you there. Hold on. Let me handle a little something here. Keeper, you got to come through tomorrow show because I'm gonna kind of break it down. I disagree with you. I disagree with
which
you.
one?
The Corey Holcomb, Anton Daniels thing. Keep a hook on
Okay.
with the spot for tomorrow because I'm gonna do a deep dive. I disagree with you. I ain't gonna give it away, but I disagree with you.
Okay.
And I'll explain why for tomorrow's show. So keep it. Make sure he get hooked up to my other trap spot. Make sure he get
Because
hooked up.
okay, but on my premise though, right?
Yeah,
The reason why, because see, I think a lot of people don't realize. So like, I know Corey Holcomb is a shit talker, right?
Mhm.
But I also know that he had got a lot of lawsuits put up against him, right? So like far as he been in the court and stuff like that, he'd been getting sued and stuff like that. A lot of people don't know that Anton is a scammer, right? So a lot of people don't know that he even got his money. He inherited his money through a trust fund that I think when his dad died went to him. But he told everybody like he was on the grind and he got this and he got that and he got this. Even when you look him up, everything is fishy. Because I was trying to figure out, okay, what's your net worth? Because he's saying, for example, he make 5 to 7 mil, right?
Hold on. I'm
Now,
about to keep it. I'm about to cut him off. Save it for tomorrow.
oh, you want me to pop up
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
I try to. I try. All right.
It's
So huh?
it's around the same bat time. So yeah,
Okay.
keep it get you hooked up. Yeah, save it for the bar because
Yeah.
I got some different views from you. And it ain't gonna get heated, but I'm like, man, I saw shit a completely different way. But I got the clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got keep
but
something
but
to
but
go with.
but yeah, but right, but okay. So I guess what I was to bring it back. What I was getting at was like even like I remember the dude told my brother he said something slick out his mouth. Now my brother was arguing with his woman, and the dude interjected right, and my brother took the bottle. And like I said, where we from, Chicago not too far from us, New Jersey, you know, when you're looking at Baltimore and stuff like that, we always had a different way of handling things.
Mm-hmm.
So when the dude now my brother called his girl, they arguing and he like, oh bitch, F you, this and that. So the dude said something slick out of the mouth and called her out her name. My brother took the bottle. I remember those grape bottles, the old school grape joints, the glass bottle grape sodas.
Yeah.
I know you know. So
Yeah.
he took that bottle and he smashed that. He hit the dude with with the bottle to where as though the bottle broke and cut his hand. You know what I'm saying? So he had to go to the emergency room.
That was some thick ass
So my
dog,
point,
man.
exactly. But my point to telling the story is back then it was it was acknowledged like you stand on it. So if but and going back to the Black Panther thing, him saying what he said, he didn't have to say because it made it look like cheesy and made it look to me like he was actually weak.
Well,
Because you
it's
talking about, yeah,
performance.
ISIS know not to come. Perform. There you go. That's what it won't look perform like he was performing, and I'm like,
That's this generation, though, man. It's a whole lot of it's
because see now he puts himself in a predicament. What if a group of ICE agents decide to just drive around into their little space and agitate them?
Mm-hmm. Now you got to stand on business. Well, I mean,
Hey,
but
hey,
you, but
if it's
you,
my boy, if it's me and you did some shit like that, the minute they pull up, I'm gonna look right at you and say, "Hey, handle your business. I got you 10-4. I got you 6. But
yeah,
you need to do that. So how we gonna do it? Because
but you
you
can't.
gonna have to let some stuff ring off.
Yeah. Like I said, perform. It'll for like when he said it was like, okay, this is performative. Like we won't be talking about you in a month. May not be talking about you by the end of the week, brother. Um, it sounds good. It sounds good.
Mhm.
You'll be in the algorithm for a day, maybe 2. Then we on to something else. It's just the microwave generation, man. We're not focused on you.
So do you think we just got a watered down version of all these groups that once stood and fought for something, or do you think that this version of people might be a little more dangerous than the previous version of groups?
Um, I think it's a mix of both. And
Okay,
what I mean by a mix of both is, it
I
was the
like that.
reason why you had COINTELPRO get rid of black leadership back in the '60s, and a
Mm,
concentrated effort to get rid of those particular leaders. I think what makes it more dangerous now, is it's harder for them to kind of pinpoint who's next up because you never know. In the era
mm,
of social media and viral moments and stuff, like think about the guy we're talking about here, from the new, but I don't recall hearing this guy 2 weeks ago know anything about his organization, nothing like that. You gotta, back in the day, those groups were organized, city to city, state to state. Had a chapter here, had a chapter there. Now it's not that, and it's a lot more. We got wild cards popping up, and maybe some of these cats is about that life. Maybe they not. Maybe we will never find out. But yeah, you know, it's they they did was it was successful with removing a lot of those strong black leaders then, but now you have a generation that didn't grow up under that tutelage, and these cats is a little unhinged, little wild. Um,
mm.
I don't think they're Not to say they're
So you
not
think
organized.
we better?
I can't even say think we better. I just like, in a weird spot. And I'm just saying it was a weird spot, like as a community, like groups and people we looked up to. And I'm saying this the community in general, like the black church used to mean something in the community. It wasn't just you was going to get your sermon. Some of your strong activists and community leaders came out of the church. I don't like I said, it's we're in a weird spot, man. Like I don't think
But
look at the
hey,
NAACP as leadership. You just look at them. I just don't. All right.
hey, drama. No, dot. So look, they said that he wasn't on code. Look, they said he a tether. He ain't black, right? This what they was clowning because everybody black knows stay on code and ain't nobody going out there protesting or doing all that crazy stuff, right? For the most of us, it's to lay low and watch, right? So they said he ain't on code, he ain't us. That's what they were saying. That was the word on the street. So,
I mean,
but it was how they said it.
It's interesting you kind of when you bring it to that point because I think
Mm-hmm.
the majority of the black community has been kind of like, y'all fucking around and finding out, and we're tired of being the face and of your particular movement, whatever that is. We're tired of
come to us,
yeah.
Come to us after y'all figure out what the fuck y'all gonna do within y'all own communities, and then y'all come fuck with us. But other than that, because y'all gave that motherfucker 65% of the vote, so y'all need to figure out which way y'all going.
Yeah, like I said, this guy, like I said, I'm awaiting and see. I don't know what direction he's going in. I don't know. Is this short term, long term? Like I said, people have started looking to this dude, and depending on how you fall in certain things, you like, nah, this comes across. I smell Asian. Like you pop like you popped up out of nowhere, and your rhetoric is what got my attention. Like, oh damn, you really saying that? Like, dude, we don't know you. Like, who are you? And why are you choosing this moment to make your appearance? I smell Asian. I smell somebody is co-opted you and co-signed you and kind of put you in this position. Like, who? Like, why are you? Of all the things you could have been like, hey, we're gonna be out here feeding the families during this, the government shutdown. We're gonna show that we don't need the government to get stuff done. Like, you could have came and made your appearance then, and for me it would have had a lot more positive.
Now, in fairness, he did say that though. In fairness, what you just said,
I know what you said.
He said that, but the clip that's going around is that crazy clip. That clip that,
The clip we saw was you talking about how you gonna put a hole in somebody. Like, I mean, like the government shutdown would have been a perfect opportunity to like show that community side of it, not the black man with the gun. Okay, they gonna take away your SNAP benefits, sister. Y'all come on down here to the Dots community center every Monday through Friday. We're gonna be feeding the kids, breakfast,
right,
lunch, and we're gonna give, we're gonna have some food, and we got a pantry going on here on Friday. The parents can come and get some food that'll carry them through the weekend, and we're gonna keep doing this, brothers and sisters, until like that. Okay, show me the community work, not you out there toting a pistol, toting a gun. I put 3 in your head like a bowling ball. You run up on me, like, come on, dude. Like, it sounds.
Even after that, he should have checked. Even the coverage, he should have checked the people about the coverage, right?
He didn't.
Where I appreciate what y'all put out there. I would appreciate it if y'all would have put this out there. How much we do for the community versus us going against this Gestapo group.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
it's like agent to me, keeper. I'm sorry, it gives off agent. Like, and you can't say, well, the word didn't get out about the community work. Social media allows anybody to put out whatever you want to the world. So it's
Hmm.
no excuse. You can't say, "Well, I didn't get no news coverage." Go viral your damn self. Yo, during the government shutdown, I'm new jewels
Hmm.
of the Black Panther Party. Blah blah. Make this go viral. Share it out. This is what we doing down here.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You can't say, "Well, the media is not covering it." Like, no, that shit
yeah.
is like 20 years old, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Everybody,
saying. That's the part. Yeah, even
yeah,
though I heard him say it, but my thing is why. That was my whole question. Well, why is it? Why isn't it that that's not what's been pushed? And I ain't hear nothing about, like you just said, like, hey, let's get this go viral. We doing this for the people. A, B, C, D. So then when we do run up on this type of bullshit that's going on, and you say what you say, there's a history behind what you represent. Because you telling, all I'm saying is license come up, dude. I need to see you do what you say you're gonna do. Cause see, I'm not gonna tell them what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do it.
yeah,
I'm not a
yeah.
talk. I'm not one of the ones that talk. I don't get that talk shit. I don't get that. I don't even get that arguing shit. Cause I can't argue. I'm not the type of person that go back and forth. I'm not an arguer. I'm more of a doer. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
don't like that
did we hit?
hollering.
Did we hit? Did we hit all your topics? Because when me and you get on this panel shit, we be on some
Man.
wild stuff. But
Look. Soon as you hit the panel, I just like, whatever clips I had, whatever notes I had, throw it out the window. No, look,
yeah,
I'll pick it. I'll pick it up another day, maybe not, whatever. But you know me, man. I'm always enjoy the conversation, man. I think
yeah, for sure.
I think the audience enjoying it. They were talking about damn. They got distracted with the farms and shit. They were talking about chickens in there for a minute, but I had to let them know, like, yeah, I'll ring a chickens that. I've done it.
Hey, but John, can you imagine though? There's a generation that don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Like ringing a chicken, they don't know how to go fishing. They don't know none of that stuff.
Life skills,
Even some
man.
people, even some people in our generation too, though, never really had to do stuff like that, or never even thought to do things like that. Like if
No,
I was to be in a relationship with a woman, I would be like, hey, let's go camping. If she tell me she ain't trying to go camping, I don't even know if I really want to be with a woman that don't want to experience different things, just with the
yeah,
status quo.
you know what?
I gotta have a adventurous woman, man. I can't do with no.
Miss Dodds is adventurous enough. She said she don't like camping. Listen, happy wife, happy life, brother. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
That's like, listen, camping. I've tried. No.
I get if you don't. I get if you don't like really like it, right? But if say like for example, if that's your if you have a woman, right? Sometimes we supposed to do things that we don't like for our loved one, right? It can't be because you got a generation of people that's just like, nah, I ain't doing shit. I ain't doing nothing. And it's like, well, how do we build a relationship?
Nope. No, let me
Mm.
tell you something. My woman is not Tomb Raider. She is not out there hunting.
Bruh, I don't understand. Bruh, no, hold on.
The tent is far.
Now,
I'm telling you.
let me clarify. You got some people that's willing. I mean, it could be a piece of food that's not willing to try nothing. That they want everything to be
camping.
that. Yeah, there you go. I'm right. That's what I'm saying. It's a difference when you just don't like something that you've done or you've tried. That's a big difference. What I'm talking about is some people that, I mean, whether it's man or female, right? That they don't want to try. They don't want to try shit. It's just like a no. Like it's no. And they don't even know if they'll like it. Like, for example, sports. There's some people that will not watch a football game, right? Some women, I don't want to watch that. I ain't never watched it. I'm not gonna watch it.
That's why you got to TV, brother.
but guess what? Some of the most hardcore fans are women that have watched the sport.
Yeah.
Right? Who got involved in it. I'm not just I'm just saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's a group of like there's people, like we got people in the world that don't want to try shit in life and become lost in life. You know, not you know what I'm saying? And that's why I was saying I couldn't imagine me being with a woman that don't want to do anything in life but to lay down.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I agree with you on that. Yeah. That's no.
You get what I'm saying? Lay down and shopping, and that's it. You know, don't want to try different foods, don't want to do this. But I've seen it, you know, through the course of just life. You see, I don't like this. How you know if you don't like it if you never tried it?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean,
So I was just thinking, and even you got men, you got young men out there that don't want to try shit. No manly type of, you know. Let's replace the woman with taking, hanging out with the guys and say, hey man, let's go camp. Mother like, man, I ain't breaking no nails. You a grown ass man talking about you ain't breaking no nails.
dude,
You ain't trying to get dirty.
Let me tell you something. What tripped me out one time, I was having a conversation with some young cats, and they was like, and I was listening to all the stories they were telling, and I was like, y'all ain't talking about. You know, like back in my day, we were talking about, you know, I went with this girl, I was with that chick, and blah blah blah. Y'all talking about something.
Yeah.
I'm starting looking at you.
Yeah.
like, man, this goddamn generation lost, boy. Yeah, y'all doing with y'all free time? We hanging out.
Bro.
I wanted to hang
Yes.
out with ladies. I didn't do sausage parties. What the hell is wrong with you?
That's what I'm saying. There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like
it's like weird.
I'm going to hang out with the boys. It's like,
oh man,
what? You going to hang out with the guys? What?
Unless we going like a sports bar, watch a game. It's got to be some eye candy around. Like nigga, I'm not coming to your house. And it be 8 dudes and 1 chick. I'm like, nah, they gonna do sausage party.
Yeah. That's my boy right there. That's my boy right there. And then the thing is, then when they talk about the women, it's like they're around talking mad shit about the women. Yeah, man, she was acting like this, man. They all talking about F this woman, F that woman,
like,
but giving each other props. Like giving each other props. Oh, bro, I like those shoes. Oh man, them jeans is tight. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, you got the fade, the drop top fade. You get what I'm saying? Like that's where the world has changed so much.
I used to get
Jesus.
I used to get dressed and have a fresh fade and all of that. That's like I'm trying to attract the opposite sex. I don't give a damn about it.
Yeah.
I'll holler at y'all. There you go.
Yeah.
Do a bunch of hard legs. Hell no. No, I don't do the sausage fest, man. I'm out, dog. You know.
But even on the social media sites, you see it through text, like through the comments, like people be bigging up each other, and I always. And I had a conversation with Josephine before, and I always used to tell her, America has a problem. America hate women. I really believe just by outside looking in, America hates women.
I don't think it hates women. It's this
bro. Compare it to when we grew up. Don't look at it when we grew up. I'm talking about
like now.
Yeah.
This generation is a bit more feminine. Excuse me. Than we were. Like I've seen cats and like, you know, you be on Instagram or something, like, you know, girl, you know, showing, you know, how chicks be doing the angles and shit, like, oh, instead of just saying, yo, you look good, or getting that in the DM.
Yeah.
Like you see these weirdos, like, man, all you gotta do, all you offering is ass. Well, nigga, you on the app for that. Well, what are you following? What are we doing?
Look, and then look, you look at it, even the tie to what's going on in the world. The fucking president, what he told that woman, he called her a piggy. He said she was stupid. Yeah. And he represents how a lot of, I never would say all. For one thing, and I would like for people to know, I'm not one of those ones to think all people the same. So when I'm just saying is a lot of people feel a certain way about women. And I'm just sit back, bro, I would listen. And I'm like, damn, it's like he hate women. Like, because they don't think women's supposed to be in the workplace. They don't think women's supposed to be doing it. They only think that women's supposed to have babies and dress up nice for them.
It's weird. It's weird.
And if people keep fucking around, and see, that's what I'm saying. That's how that red pill bullshit to me is what it's all about. That's why when old boy that Andrew Tate dude, that's why when he got fucked up, I was just so happy, bro. I wanted to jump on a plane and fly to Dubai and get drunk off that shit, man. Because I was like, the dude couldn't even fight, whooped his ass, but he was the same motherfucker that was talking about, you know, you got to beat on a woman or you got to make, you know, winning ain't this and this and that. You're the man. You're the top dog. You're the alpha male. You know, like. Where is all this alpha talk coming from?
Alpha males don't have to announce it. You know, you just you don't have to verbalize it. Your presence is enough. That's what they don't get, man. I'm a man. Trust me, dog.
You wake up.
Man walks into the room.
You wake up every day to convince yourself that you a man, a strong man.
I'm an alpha. If you got to tell yourself you're alpha, you ain't one.
Motherfuckers be looking in the mirror and shit, tightening up, you know, whatever the fuck they be doing in the mirror. It's just, bro. So
makeup, man. I don't get it, though. I don't get it.
I don't get all the big up and other men versus a woman. Like you would, like when I go out, the woman, you know. You look beautiful. Look, I like that you got this and that. But what I see is dudes doing that to each other. Oh, bro, you got the nice Jordans on, man. How much you pay for? You know, like it's like I don't even know how another man looks at another man, right? Like half the time I couldn't tell you if a mom worked with me, I couldn't tell you what they wearing. I don't be sitting up there looking them up and down and shit. They got the Jordan 6 on or the Jordan 20s on. Like all that shit is foreign territory to me. Now I see a woman, I can tell you, oh man, she had on them motherfucking heels, or she had on this, she had on that. I like the scarf she wore. You know, like I'm looking at the woman up and down. You know, so I could tell you what she got. But men looking up each other up and down, I'm just.
It's moist behavior, dog. It's moist. Let's call it what it is. It's very moist. I ain't gonna, you know, I ain't gonna say it's that alpha, but it's just moist behavior, dog. I don't get it. You know,
bruh. So just like what they say. Oh, suck about it. Men keep telling each other the stuck on their Peter and shit. It's like, what the like? Where y'all get that from? I know in my hood, if you told a motherfucker that, he would pull that pistol out and put it in your mouth and say it again. You see what I'm saying? Like it used to be a time where mugs would die for telling another man suck his Peter.
Remember this?
Like
that's the complete listen, man. Let me get my ass up out of here, man. Because it's hold on. As always, it's always a pleasure.
for sure, man. For sure, man. It's life, man. It's life, bro. It's life, man.
Try to come through at the trap spot. Keep it gonna get you hooked up. Try to come through.
Okay, and also don't forget to check out that podcast I was telling you, so you can get that and see what. Because I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious of how you would see it once you hear the whole thing, and then check out what we talked about Rwanda when I was telling you about the cities and the streets in Rwanda and shit like that. What they got going on out there. Because I'm actually thinking about. Yeah, I'm thinking about going probably. I was thinking June, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to get this Bali thing going, so you know.
Yeah. You said it's afternoon time for He gonna be wide awake. Okay, cool. Yeah. Come through tomorrow at the other trap spot, man. I try
my best. I try my best this to pop out.
It's gonna be it's fun, man. And it's not destruction, but yeah, we're gonna definitely get into some shit. I got some clips, man. But any last words for the people, man? Before we get up, you don't push me up. You can't. You know I only do like 2 hours on this show. You don't drag me into deep water. I'm like 3.5 hours in. Goddamn.
Nah, but all I gotta say to everybody is peace and love, and be safe out there, and See you next time.
Yeah, yeah. See you, man.
Um,
Be
uh,
easy, man. Be blessed.
uh, yeah, same here, bro. Be easy. All right.
All right, man. I appreciate coming through. Listen, beautiful. I'm not going to leave because I do have a short pool pit I want to get into before we close out, man. But great conversation with the good brother. Man, it's always a pleasure to have people up and have guests and all that good stuff, man. Listen, uh, but y'all know, the trap spot. We're gonna have, we're gonna have a nice show tomorrow. I got some material. I swear to God, I'm gonna get to it. But let me go ahead and get into my pool pit. It's gonna be a short one. And then we're gonna close out. Thank y'all for taking the time out to stick it in here and listen to the little old me and the good brother for coming through. Always a good time. And let me go ahead and get this clip going and pulpit time. Hallelujah.
The devil is a liar. Yes, he is.
All right, it's pulpit time. Keeper almost spit my goddamn water out. Part two. Oh, part two. Goddamn. Deactivate. But anyway, man, like I said, this is going to, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man, because y'all been here long enough with me, man. And I had a good time, as always. Once again, thank you to my guests, and thank y'all for participating in the chat, man. It's been a good thing. It was rough yesterday. Brother had to work on getting this shit together, but it was rough yesterday. But we here. Here's my pulpit portion. Pulpit portion for the show. I'm slowly learning hand cramps. I'm slowly learning that life is better lived when you don't center it on what's happening around you, but you center it on what's happening inside of you instead. Meaning, don't be focused too much on what's going on outside of you, stuff that you maybe can control, maybe you can't control. The people around you, the situations you find yourself in. Don't be overly concerned. Not to say that you don't need to be aware of it, but life, when you become so concerned about what people are saying about you, what's going on around you, and you're not really focusing in on your own, your own stuff, and you're working on your own inner peace. Center yourself on what's happening on inside of you instead. Like I start, you guys know how I kind of start my days and stuff like that. And I try to end the day the same way that I kind of started, end on a positive note. No matter what happens throughout the day, no matter what challenges arise, I keep the focus on me because at the end of the day, I'm my most important asset in this world. If I'm not good, then the people that depend on me are not good. The people that are around me, the people that support me, they're not good because I'm not good. Now it spreads like cancer when you're not working on yourself and you're not finding your own inner peace. And you see the folks out there who have not achieved any kind of level or not even working. Let's say that not even working to achieve any kind of level of inner peace and not really working on themselves. Yeah, it sounds good. Words sound good, but words without action are just words. Continue to work on yourself. Continue to be focused on what's going on with you, making sure that you're the best you that you can be each and every day for those who care about you, those who depend on you, and those who just enjoy your presence and want to be around you. And don't stress out over the stuff you can't control. If you was God, it'd be different, but you're only human. Don't get stressed out. Don't get bogged down. Don't allow others to tie you down. Continue to work on yourself. Work on your own inner peace. Keep it, goddamn it. Oh, keep him. Twin, you bad. Man, you bad. Mm. In the petty, my petty. See, I'm trying to do a pool pit, but that petty spirit, jeez. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna keep it short, man. Hey, focus on yourself. Focus on those around you, and maintain and do better at working on your inner peace, man. Life is better, health wise, mentally, physically, spiritually. You know, work on that. And with that being said, let me get my ass up out of here, man. Thank y'all for taking the time out to listen to little old me tonight. Thank you for being patient with those who popped in yesterday. And I want to say this as we close out. If I don't know how many people actually watched the little short struggle show I did. That little short struggle stream I did yesterday. It's all kind of technical difficulties. This neither here nor there. I once again, and I know she's going to probably catch this on the replay because I know it's way past her bedtime, way past her bedtime. But I'm so encouraged by what I've seen from Miss Smurf. I'm enjoying her journey. I'm enjoying watching her curate her own ecosystem. Now I like the energy, the vibe of her chat. And I only can see her going up. The House of Drama is strong for a reason. The House of Drama is strong for a reason. It is a house built on care, house built on love and concern for others. The house is strong, and the house will remain strong. But I wanted to say that again publicly. Um, I see great things for her. Great things for her as far as content. And when I say great, I'm not necessarily talking about numbers. I'm enjoying her journey, um, and anything she needs from me, she can have it. And that goes with everybody else from the House of Drama. Anything you guys have ever asked of me, I've given it to you. Well, that for that one time somebody asked me for something for the vault, but no. So yeah, I just wanted to give her kudos again. Like I said, enjoyed her show and great things. Great thing, beautiful. You next. We don't worry. We're gonna bring you along slowly. I have a way of taking my time working that match. Beautiful, you're up next. Anyway, man, let me get my ass up out of here, man. Y'all have a good rest of your week. For those, Lord willing, we'll be able to do this again. See y'all over at the spot tomorrow. And then Lord willing, once again, we'll be back here doing the same bad time, same bad channel. Appreciate it all the concern. And then you offer the phrase that pays around here. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But every time you learn. And I'm out.